Ah, shoot! I accidentally restarted the song. Oh, whatever. Just go to the intro. God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not in my game today. I'm just messing up a lot. Sorry. I'm sorry. How are you guys doing? No, just go to a different song now. So, I'm sorry. All right. I'm here. Wow. Yeah, sorry about that. I was like rushing. I was last minute on everything here. What's up? we have some stuff we could talk about. We could do. We could play. We could chill out. We could talk about. We could play. We could not really playing. We're more so we're gonna be reacting to a bunch of stuff. I'm reacting to a bunch of stuff today. Games Time is still going on, and as a result, we are getting new gameplay of Sonic Frontiers. So, we are going to be looking at some of the new gameplays. I'm going to share my thoughts on everything. I want to hear your guys' thoughts as well. This is going to be a discussion at the end of the day. The only thing I ask is that we remain respectful in the chat. If you cannot handle anyone talking good about Frontiers or talking bad about Frontiers, if you cannot handle that, you may leave, because this is a discussion. We'll be talking about the good, we'll be talking about the bad, okay? Here we go. So, we are going to be going through the thread, which I will link in the chat here, this Twitter thread here. Feel free to share Sonic Frontiers footage with me. Make sure you link to the original video if possible. First thing I do want to talk about, right out of the gate. By the way, thank you all for all the subscribers. I see it. The first thing I want to talk about, the most important thing we got to talk about, is Big the Cat. Big the Cat is in Frontiers. I love it. You love to see it. I'm sorry. He's the best character. I just gotta say it. Big the Cat is the best character. This is awesome. This is awesome. I wonder if there's a way I can... Actually, let me do this. Let me go F11. Let me get this full screened. That way... that way we're all good. Alrighty. So... yeah, Big the Cat is in Frontiers. I love this. I love Big the Cat. I know he's a big meme in Sonic Adventure, but I mean, I love Big the Cat. And it's a fishing minigame. Sonic will be fishing, it looks like, so I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. All right. Yo, The Funny says, hi Sam, I'm a big fan. Hope your day's been well. Frontiers has really started to turn around. Mostly good, but some bad. Keep dashing like a maniac. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much, The Funny. Thank you so much for the donut. Being the first donut of the day, by the way, I think, unless I missed something. Thank you, dude. Let's get a heart spam in the chat for The Funny. Thank you so much. Also, we have 750 people here. You guys are crazy. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Timothy says, while cyberspace seems to be lackluster, I'm still excited for the open world. It's clear that's what Sonic Team really wanted to make. Yeah, it is clear on that, and I will talk more about that in a second. Thank you so much, Timothy, for the dono, by the way. Heart spam for Timothy as well. All right, let's go through this some more. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, which is a lot of the good, a good part of the good, is this. It looks like we are able to change not just the game settings or the graphics or the sound, but we are also able to change his actual control. That, like, this is awesome. I highly doubt this is just a game debug. I highly doubt this is just for the demo. I'm sure this is going to be in the game itself. We will be able to change his starting speed, initial boost speed, the turning speed, boost turning speed, top speed, and the steering sensitivity, acceleration, bounce height, your camera speed, camera angles. I love it. I love it. I love it! That is the best thing. I'm not even joking. This right here is the smartest thing Sonic Team has ever done. I'm not even joking. Think about this. What is the one thing that Sonic, let me undefin, by the way, from Discord, by the way. What is the one thing that Sonic Team is always bashed for since arguably Sonic Heroes. It's the control, right? They've been fumbling on control since the early 2000s, all right? They have effectively said, fuck it. we're not gonna try anymore, okay? That's it. It's on you. You do the controls you want. I am very happy with this. There's obviously nothing about like momentum or anything like that, but this is good. This is really good. You know, this is all about, you know, the way you want your character to control, the weight of his turn, the speed of his movements. Those are 3 important things for the character control. And to give us the power to influence that is so fucking cool. I love that. This is literally the best thing I think Sonic Team has done for Sonic in 20 years. By far. Easy. They easily fixed the problem that most people will have with Sonic games is the control. Especially for me. Fighting a sneeze. Hold on. Good. All right. What I was going to say was the one thing that people have been complaining about, obviously, including myself, when it comes to Boost Sonic, when you're not boosting with Boost Sonic, his control could feel really sluggish, really iffy. And I'm not a big fan of how Boost Sonic controlled. Really, I'm not. Especially when you're not boosting. That's the important thing with platforming. This fixes that. And I'm really happy to see that. Seriously, this is awesome. And I'm sure there's probably going to be, when this game comes out, there's probably going to be YouTube tutorials on the best settings, which is awesome. All right. Thank you, The Funny and Timothy, by the way. Stevie D says, you know what? Even with the cyberspace levels being what they are, I'm actually optimistic with that this game will be at least solid. Okay. Do you guys want me to go into that right now? You guys want me to jump right into the thick of it? Actually, you know what? Let's wait a little bit. I want to talk about the good first. Let's get the good out there, all right? We don't need to complain already. We'll talk about the good. Stevie D, thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Rockcod Fox says, in chat, hearts in the chat for Big the Cat. You heard him, chat. And for Rockcod Fox. Thank you so much, dude. Yo, Yellow Flame with a $10 donation says, love your channel, Sam. Hope everything is going well on your end. Let's hope for this game. Let's have another front runner for future Sonic games. Yellow Flame, I absolutely agree. I'm still, by the way, spoiler alert, I'm still very hyped for Sonic Frontiers. I still think this game will still have a lot of good in it. I definitely see way more potential than Sonic Forces, which is a low bar. Sonic Lost World, Sonic Boom. This is looking pretty damn good compared to what we've been getting for the past 10 years, seriously. So I really am excited for it. Yellow Flame, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that $10. That's really generous. Heart spam in the chat for Yellow Flame. Yo, Ricky Rolo says, hey Sam, it's been a while. Hope you are doing well. And he says he's been a member for 6 months. Thank you so much, Ricky Rolo. You've been here for a minute. Supersonic 68 says, we aren't skilled enough to make a Sonic that feels good to control in 3D. So here, you do it. The problem with this is that if a player can decide how Sonic controls, then all the actual level design has to be scripted in order to compensate. Well, not necessarily. If the level design, which by the way, I think this is more so for the open world portion, this controls is more for the open world. In the open world, that'll be okay, right? Obviously, what you're probably referring to is the cyberspace levels, which from what I've seen so far is a very, very short segment of the game. And considering they are probably designed like Sonic Forces, they're going to be automated anyways. And I'm not totally, like, even though I'm not for that, it's not as intrusive because they're more like special stages than the actual meat of the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know what you mean. That's a good point to bring up, Supersonic 68. Absolutely. Yo, Crazy Gamer says, yo, had to do it. I ran away from my UK fam because my second cousin, is 6 years old, thinks fan-made mods are official games, thinks Sonic EXE is canon, and he made my brain cells die. I'm here now. Let's talk about Sonic Frontiers. How you doing? Crazy Gamer, go back home. Thank you so much for the donation. Seriously. He ran away. Thank you so much for the follow, 30th. Spicy Punk Rocker with a $10 donation. You guys are very generous. Thank you. Spicy Punk Rocker with a $10 donation says, the straight line level design I've seen so far with cyberspace makes me disappointed. But other than that, everything else I am hyped. I actually love the games where you grind a character and build starts. Yeah, all right. So thank you for the very generous donation. We're about to get into the meat of it. We have to. You guys are, I could tell, you guys really want me to talk about it. K-pop, thanks so much for the subscribing, by the way. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. I got you. All right, I'm gonna bring up two different tweets in a second here. Okay? I'm gonna bring this one up. And then we are going to bring one moment. There we go. Wow, 43,000. It's at 43,000 now. Jesus. Okay. We got to talk about these two tweets. All right. Now, I mentioned when I first tweeted, right? And I'll read all the donos in a second, by the way. Thank you, guys. When I tweeted yesterday, I mentioned that I did not mind this because if you guys don't know, actually, for those that don't know, because we have 1,000 people here, maybe some people don't know yet. Let me play this out. Okay. I don't think I need to point out which one is Sonic Frontiers, by the way. Anyways. Okay. So we got this going on. Okay. So, just to point out, this was not a graphics comparison, all right? The reason why these are side by side is because people have noticed that while that is Green Hill Zone on the right, they are essentially, I wouldn't even say reusing, because it's not even a reuse. They're essentially recreating level design that was done in the past. This is not a reuse, by the way. This is the Unleashed levels they don't have. They recreated Unleashed levels almost one-to-one. Not exactly, but pretty much one-to-one. That spring is, you know, where there you have some destructible boxes here on both sides. You have this rail here on both sides, right? So it's not necessarily reuse here. It's more like they're recreating the tutorial level in Generations or in Unleashed. And I said to myself, okay, I don't necessarily mind that for the tutorial. You know, I'll give Unleashed that was a great tutorial level in Unleashed, you know? If that's the first thing you do, which I think this is probably the first thing you do in the game, that's totally understandable. I get it. You know, it's to get the player used to, you know, the movements. It was a good tutorial level. They saw that. They wanted to recreate it. That's fine, right? This is where I start to have a problem. So, when I saw that, I said, okay, so that wasn't a one-time thing. They're reusing levels for every level. Okay, maybe it's just for one act. Maybe it's the tutorial of each stage. Maybe for each new stage, Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, you know, Sky Sanctuary, that city level, maybe they will have a tutorial level, or the first level is a reuse, which I was fine with. I was like, okay, you know, I get it. They can do that. Just one little problem with that. From what I've been told, is that what you just watched is Green Hill Zone Act 4 or something. It's like 4 or 5. Okay, so it's not even the first act. And then this is a footage, I believe, from another act where it's the same thing. You know what I mean? So this is where I get worried. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, that shaky camera is ridiculous, but it's the exact same layouts. You know what I mean? So, all right. So then I said to myself, all right, so maybe, maybe for every zone theme that's returning, they're all just, you know, reusing it from generations. But then I thought to myself, but wait a minute though, this is from Unleashed. This is not even Green Hill Zone. So why would they reuse that? And there's more footage out there of constant reuse. It depends on the levels, all this stuff. So now this is where the discussion comes in, right? Okay, this is, hold on, someone is saying right here, hold on. Both of the Chemical Plant videos are the same stage. Chemical Plant Act 1 is just generations, Chemical Plant without the 2D sections. Even then, you still didn't address the point that that was like Chemical Plant 1-4. From what I've been told, that was not the first Chemical Plant stage. And again, I still don't necessarily think this is a big deal, all right? This is not gonna destroy my excitement for the game overall, and I'll tell you why. And please bear with me, all right? Just hang on until the end. I want you guys to hear me out. I don't necessarily mind too much that they're reusing levels because it's not the meat of the game. I'm more interested in the open worlds. There's going to be 5 open world islands, huge ones. So that's where my excitement is. That's where the majority of the game is going to be. That's what I'm waiting for, right? And the other thing to keep in mind is that the cyberspace levels are treated as special stages. They're a small portion of the game. They're not the meat of the game. It's a smaller portion. That's not the focus of the game. The focus of the game is the open world. So in that regard, my excitement for Sonic Frontiers didn't die. But, big but, all right? And there's something we gotta understand, all right? Something we gotta understand. When people see this, and they get annoyed and frustrated, it is absolutely 100% valid that they feel that way. Do not dismiss people's frustration with this. It is absolutely valid. Here's the thing, guys, and you gotta keep in mind. What other game companies do this? Do you see Mario or Zelda, or Kirby, any other, Ratchet and Clank? Do you see them doing it to this level? Now, I understand people were already frustrated with them reusing level assets, like seeing Green Hill Zone again, seeing Chemical Plant again, seeing Sky Sanctuary again. my first initial reaction to seeing them was not even that great, because I really want to see new. I love Sonic. I love Sonic Team. I love the new areas and frontiers. I also really like the new islands. I think that's where the game is shining. I was really interested in seeing more. This is the new generation. You got to understand this, though. We had Sonic 4 Episode 1. Okay? That's when we started seeing the classic stuff come back. We're like, okay, it's fine. It's Sonic 4. But people were frustrated because Sonic 4 was supposed to be Sonic 4. But it was more like Sonic 1 and 2 again. And then we had Sonic Generations, a celebration of all the classic zones. And, you know, we were okay with that. We were okay. It was the first time being able to see these classic zones in 3D. And, you know, they were fun. They were well designed. There were also elements in Generations that reused level design like we see here in Frontiers. And we were okay with that. All right? It made sense. Then we had Sonic 4 Episode 2. That game was supposed to again be Sonic 4. But it wasn't acting like Sonic 4. It was acting like Sonic 2 again. You know, it would return classic zones that we've already seen. It would use elements of those, and it would reuse level designs. Okay? Then we had Sonic Lost World, which, while new, it still reused level themes, and I believe it actually had some very short, very short level design elements that were seen in past games. Very short, though. But the main thing with that one is the fact that they were reusing level themes, right? That's okay. At that point, people would say, all right, I think we're good on seeing that. Then Sonic Frontiers came out, and we then saw a return of Green Hill Zone and Chemical Plant. Well, sorry, let me rewind. I already missed a game. Then we had Sonic Mania. Sorry, we had Sonic Mania. And Sonic Mania, even the lowest points in Sonic Mania for a lot of people, was that the new stages were the best part of the game. They really wanted more new than old. But the problem with Mania was that they had a lot of old stages. And, well, people like me were okay with it because they did change a little bit of the level design, and because we were just happy to have a classic Sonic game over again. Mania got a bit of a pass for multiple reasons. One, and most importantly, the game released at $20. It was a $20 game. Two, it was made by fans. While yes, it was produced by Sega, we knew as a fan base that it was created by fans, so we weren't going to be, you know, expecting a AAA experience with Sonic Mania. We knew it was made by fans for fans. It was a love letter. Mania kind of got a pass, and the way Mania reused zones, they did it pretty well, okay? They changed it up quite a bit. But even then, that was the lowest point in Sonic Mania. All right? So Mania was lower in price, and they changed it up a bit. Then we had Sonic Forces, which returns Green Hill Zone and Chemical Plant. The zones that we just saw in Mania, the zones that were Green Hill Zone was just in Sonic Lost World. We just saw Chemical Plant in Sonic Generations. Okay? So at that point, people were already very frustrated with the older zones and forces. That's the majority. I remember that's one thing the majority of reviews in Sonic Forces, including my own review, said, we're tired of these. That's enough. Like no more Sonic, no more Green Hill Zone, no more Chemical Plant, no more old zones. Let's get something new here, okay? Because even then, the new zones in Sonic Forces arguably are the best zones. I don't know if anyone would disagree with me with that. I still think a lot of the new zones in Sonic Forces look good. You know what I mean? And then we have this. The initial reveal that we're going to see Green Hill Zone and Chemical Plant and Sky Sanctuary returning, I feel like our reactions were valid. We were like, ugh, why? You know what I mean? But at the very least, what did everyone say? Does anyone remember what we said? I think we said, one of the big things we said And what I said was it just comes down to the gameplay and the level design, right? That's what I care about. That's what everyone should care about. At the end of the day, I don't really care about the level themes. How's the level design? How's the gameplay, right? Now we're learning that at least some, we don't know the exact amount, but from what we've seen, and from what I'm probably understanding from this, is that if you see a zone like that was in Generations, there's a good chance they're reusing a level asset. They're reusing level layouts. I don't know if you guys saw that 2D section in Green Hill, which I don't know if anyone linked to that in this thread. There's that 2D section in Green Hill Zone that was shown off in the trailer yesterday, which why don't I pull that up anyways, because we really should be watching that. One moment here, I could just, why don't I do this? Sorry about that. Let me do this. I have the 4K version. Okay. Alrighty. This section right here is also taken from Generations. People were quick to point out that this exact layout is from Generations, right? So my problem now is not that they're reusing level assets or visual assets. My problem is that they are recreating level platforms. They're recreating level sections. And part of me, and I don't care that this is in a sunset, as beautiful as it is. Putting a sunset does not change the fact that this is essentially the same stage I've played 20 billion times. I'm sure you guys did too, right? At the end of the day, I'm personally not too frustrated about the fact that they're reusing level themes, because at the end of the day, the cyberspace levels are more like special stages. They aren't the meat of the game. The meat of the game is going to be the open world, and that's what I'm excited for. But the frustration people have with this is very valid. You know what I mean? It's valid. So I think it's okay to be frustrated with this. And it's okay for people to essentially say, you know, like, this is disappointing to them. At the end of the day, the biggest flaw that I have is that this game was 5 years in the making. We were already fatigued with this stuff. This is going to be priced at $60 and $70, and they're reusing this stuff. So we need to understand that you guys can demand new stuff at this point. I want Frontiers to be fun. I think it will be fun, but I'm not gonna like how would they expect us to react? To yell and be like, oh my god, yeah! Green Hill Zone! This section again! No one's gonna do that. You know what I mean? Elsmark says, the biggest issue for me is that Sonic looks like he controls way worse in these boost stages since he was made for an open world. So why would I want to play something inferior? Yeah, so you know what? Mark does. So I will say this though too. And by the way, I see a lot of people being dismissive to Mark. Don't be rude to anyone in my chat, please. I will destroy you. Do not be rude to anyone. Mark brings up a good point. And that's actually something I forgot to mention, and I did want to mention, by the way. That is something I did want to mention with some of these. Let me go to it. Okay. And especially for the one in Unleashed, this one. Okay. Let me say this. Chat. Which one looks like the new game? You know what I mean? Like, it's not just not, and I'm not talking graphics. We all know Unleashed looks better, but I'm not trying to talk about graphics, okay? I'm talking about the dynamics of the level. Why is Frontier so fucking flat? You know what I mean? That's my point. Like, it's so flat. In Unleashed, you see hills and rocks and grass and bushes and trees, and this, you know, the ground feels like it's a part of the world. Frontiers, we're in a floating world, okay, which is fine, I understand it. The ground is completely flat. There's no hills. There's no dynamic level design. And it's not like they couldn't because they're reusing level. No, they're not even reusing the level. They recreated the level. You know what I mean? So my point is, while this stuff is not going to kill my excitement for Frontiers entirely, because I'm more excited for the open world, and that is the meat of the game, this is inexcusable. At this point, it is absolutely inexcusable. And it's also, I don't care that, oh, this is Sonic's memories. No, no, stop it. If that's, even then, if that's the case, we already did that story trope how many times now? You know what I mean? Where Sonic went revisit his old, you know, we're done with that. You know what I mean? So we got to understand, this took 5 years. It's a $70 experience. You know, we need to understand that this is not this is not the best way they could have done this. It's not. Okay? I'm a huge Sonic fan. I want to see new stuff. I want to see Sonic go to the next step. I don't want to see them go back in time. I'm done with that. You know what I mean? Like, Sonic needs to stop holding on to his roots. I'm done with the nostalgia pandering. At this point, it is nostalgia pandering. It is. And it's very blatant. It comes off as... See, when the levels returned in Generations, it made sense. And no one batted an eye at it.
Hey, are you seriously covering Sonic news all by yourself?
Anyways, my point is, though,
Bro,
is that
you can't just ignore me like that.
I'm gonna ignore you. But my point is that now it doesn't feel like they didn't have to do this. Now it feels like it's a cost-cutting measure. It feels cheap. It feels like, guys, yes, $60. Sorry. Are you guys seriously saying, Sam, it's not 70, it's 60? That doesn't make your argument better. Again, like, I'm not even mad. Like, don't even, like, and I know people are going to do this. Don't try to spin this as, oh, he's mad, he's a hater, blah, blah, blah. No, I like what Frontiers is looking like right now. I'm really excited for it. I know that these aren't going to be the meat of the game, so I'm not that, you know, mad about it. But at the same time, this is lazy. This is clearly a cost-cutting measure, and we should be expecting better for a franchise that just had 2 Hollywood movies, and you're getting it for $60 to $70. Okay?
Hi, I'm Jonathan. Do you mind if I bring up something? Because
Please
I was
do.
just watching your stream, and I thought something would be nice.
Big fan of Jonathan saying.
Okay?
Yes, please do.
So, on your point right there, because when I was Tails channel, hi, I'm Matt, I saw this a lot for Forces, right?
Yeah.
Where there was a lot of criticism coming at Forces, either positive or negative, and it's the same for Frontiers, right? People were attacking each other for criticism. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day, like, you love Sonic, Sam. You are excited for this game, nevertheless, right?
Of course,
You want to play Frontiers. And it's the same for everyone here. So criticism doesn't mean you hate the game. It doesn't mean, like, you're, you know, a blind believer of the game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just your personal opinion.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, just remember, like, we all enjoy the Sonic games. We all love the Sonic games. And if negative criticism is being put out there, that just means people, want to see more out of Sonic.
Exactly.
It's not that they hate Sonic. It's that they love Sonic so much and want to see it grow and evolve.
And yeah, that's
there you go. I'm done.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Oh God, he's
Love
gone.
you.
But yeah, no, that's my main thoughts, guys. Is like, you guys know I love Sonic. I dedicated my entire life around it. My job at this point is Sonic. I don't know if you guys know that, but yes, this channel is Sonic. That's my job. You know what I mean? I love this character, and that's why, yeah, this does come off as disappointing. How can it not be? You know what I mean? I do want to see new stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah. I will say that, people bring up a good point. Even then, if there are returning levels, Sonic's control is different. So it does bring a question, will the control work for this? The controls they put in the game are clearly for open world. That's why they let you control the turning. Okay, yo, Sega Spice in the chat, relax. I'm talking to you, relax. My point is like, he brings up a good point. The controls were built for an open world, and you could clearly see that with the sliders in the game. You could change your turn speed, your jump height, your movement, your boost. So what Supersonic 68 brought up was a good point. For them to accommodate all the different variations in that control, it's probably going to be more automated. So in that sense, yes, there is a good chance these returning zones will be inferior to the original game. And hell, I can already tell you this much. Unleash's zone looks a hell of a lot better than the one in Frontiers. It looks more fun. This jump here is a perfect example of that. To make this jump in Sonic Unleashed, the one on the left, you needed to get enough speed and boost to make that jump. In Sonic Frontiers, it's automated. You hit that dash pad and it launches you to where you need to go. So they bring up a good point. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, this is my thoughts. Last thoughts on this part. I'm excited for Frontiers. I understand that this is going to be a minimal part of the game. The meat of the game for me is the open world. That's clearly the part Sonic Team cares more about, because that's the part they've been showing you nonstop. But we cannot dismiss this and act like it's not something to get all worked up over. I do think this is going to be probably the biggest flaw in Sonic Frontiers, is the fact that the cyberspace levels are going to be levels we've already played. And it doesn't matter whether there's missions. Maybe you have to beat the level in a certain amount of time, or you need to do a certain amount of things in the level. The point is, we already played those levels. That's it.
If I can interject with what I think, it's kind of like the same thing with Mania, where high-ups are like, I gotta keep in like some of the original stages for familiarity. I'm thinking that they're doing the same here to have like something to kind of fall back on for Frontiers. So it's like, well, we have these stages at least, and it's always just kind of wish that would maybe they just take some more risks on this stuff. But I mean, Sonic with the history everywhere, I don't really blame them trying to find, I guess, some place to play it safe. I know, I think Matt earlier brought up some really good points, just going back to like criticism and stuff. It's definitely like I will endlessly dunk on Sonic stuff, but it's literally like I still love Sonic and stuff, like genuinely. It's I think it's kind of like the compared to like the teacher that's like hard on you in school because they want to see you like improve. Like they genuinely like they'll grade you hard and stuff. They'll really push you because they want you to do the best possible. And like I really want to see Sonic, like a Sonic game I get really invested into. I know, like personally for me, I'm not even letting myself get excited for this just because of how many times like we've been burned in the past. So, which it's kind of a bummer, but I'm hoping this is like a new leaf for Sonic, and like, you know, I'm willing to give my benefit of the doubt for like this stuff because it's not the again the main thing.
Yeah.
But goodness, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this slaps.
It's the same thing I said yesterday with a few days ago with the trailers, that I'm optimistic, but I am keeping my guard up. I'm not expecting this to be the perfect Sonic game. If you guys are expecting that to be the perfect Sonic game, you're in for a huge burn when it happens. By the way, shout out to Beats for sending me this link of all the cyberspace levels. We'll watch this. And I will say, by the way, one last time real quick to Sega Spice in the chat, just take it easy. This is a discussion, and this goes for everyone, by the way, not just them. This is a discussion. We talk about the good and the bad. Sega Spice, if you cannot handle that discussion or anyone else in the chat, please just know that you are free to leave. You don't need to be here if you become annoyed or frustrated. We don't want you to feel that way. This is just a discussion about a Sonic game that is not out yet. So yeah, so that's what we need to do here. Okay.
Well, what's perfect actually? Kenny is here for something that I want to discuss to her about, which is a perfect thing to talk about. Kenny.
Hi.
What are your opinions on the UI in this game? The like design for like, you know, the ring counter, the graphic design stuff. What are you thinking? Because in my personal opinion, it's kind of lazy looking.
I was gonna say, I don't know if this is gonna be controversial, but I'm not a fan.
That's and I'm the same way, where I'm not a fan of how they're approaching this. The cyberspace, that is. Why would, by the way, this intro looks cool, by the way, but I will say is like, yeah, like I would prefer, and I don't think anyone would disagree with me, I would prefer a new level. I would prefer new stuff. Is that a bad thing? I mean, would people hate me?
UI.
Would people genuinely hate me for saying I would prefer new stuff for Sonic? Isn't that something that we would all want? Because we want we want to see new stuff. But yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. No, but the UI is okay. It's just not fantastic. The only thing I do like is that, like, I've only seen like a few screenshots of it, but the like little wheel that's on the bottom left, I assume that's like the stuff he collects, like the, what is it, like the blue seed and the red heart things. Yeah. I think that's what it's supposed to be. But that looks cool. But the UI at the top, it's kind of like.
Especially,
I'm not a graphic designer, so I really have no thoughts on the UI.
I just think it looks boring. Like, I'm gonna say here, I will say this with my whole chest and a half. I think Forces has some of the best graphic design UI in all the Sonic series, hands down.
I could agree. Yeah, no, I could agree with that, but
it's very interesting, like aesthetically.
But Sonic's never really had a great UI to begin with. I don't know if that's like a bad thing to say. At least with the modern games, it's kind of been like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. There's not a lot they can do though. I feel like there's so much to fit on the screen anyway that, like, you know, I mean, I look at like, Sam was playing this at our house, but I look at like the Spider-Man game, the remastered one that we were playing on the PS5. That UI is beautiful. And I love that. And I wish we'd get some like that Sonic games, but honestly, huh?
I want to try to get footage of the UI.
Well, you can just like pause. I guess we should probably explain, like,
can I be honest? I mean, the only thing we're really, I'll be honest, the UI doesn't really bother me.
It's like, just really boring though. It's just like, compared to some other like Sonic games in the past, it just feels like they threw up like text.
But I guess my point is it's trying to be simple just so it doesn't have to take up so much of the screen, you know?
Oh yeah, no, but like you can look at like Unleashed, for example, and it's just a lot like cleaner looking in general. This just feels very like kind of amateurish. I don't know, because it's literally just like, here's the numbers, here's the rings, here's a couple like, here's the icons for like the red rings you've collected, and kind of that's that. It's,
you know what, like, people are bringing up Unleashed in the chat, and that one actually had a pretty good UI. I kind of forgot about that, but it's not a big deal.
UI, for people asking in chat, it's kind of like the graphics on screen, like not the gameplay graphics, but like, you know, what tells you what your rings are, and like the timer at the top, and like the lives you have, that kind of aspect of it.
Yeah.
So for my complaints with Frontiers is they literally just kind of threw like white text on screen, and that's it. It's not doing anything like really
for
interesting.
Me, for me personally, I'm not really a graphic designer, or like I don't really look at that type of stuff, so I don't really mind. But
But yeah, I guess just the overall style.
I love this. I don't know, Sam. Some of your takes are ridiculous sometimes. I'm not even saying anything.
That's funny.
Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I don't really care about the UI. As long as it gets the job done. As long as it gets the job done, I'm happy with it. But yeah, let me catch up here on some stuff here because I missed a whole buttload of stuff here. Let me look here. And we'll continue this discussion. I'm not going to dwell on this part. Again, I don't really, at the end of the day, I'm still really hyped for Frontiers. I'm not too worried about the cyberspace levels. I know that this stuff is going to be... I will say, though, Sky Sanctuary, at the very least, I know some elements are reused, but this looks pretty good. I know it's not all of it is reused, though. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely aspects about this that I do enjoy.
Because I don't remember this. I don't remember this in Generations. We don't have like a... I don't think we had a section like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
This might be from something else, though.
Well, it's also like with the cyberspace levels that like they're all kind of in the sky, kind of broken up things compared to.
I will say that, no, because this section is like ringing a bell with me, though. I don't know what it is, but I don't remember...
Isn't it like near the end of the stage?
No, this part here with the rails, it's from something. I don't remember it from Sky Sanctuary.
Isn't it from Unleash the level? Shoot, I forget isn't it like supposed to be like the African level?
It's Windmill Isle! Oh fuck! Wait, yes, it's Windmill Isle. I remember this now. When you're over the water. Yeah. Oh, the chat's literally spamming it. Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, it's Windmill. That just hit me. I'm like, why does this section look familiar? Because I was saying, I'm like, this stuff is like, like I don't remember this from Generations, so this is probably new. But then it hit me. I'm like, wait, this looks familiar. I don't know what it's from. It's Windmill Isle. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like.
Did you show off the city one yet?
Not yet. We'll talk about that in a second. But I will say, so this is what's weird, though. So they're taking aspects from other levels that aren't even the same theme. So if they were to which I know we saw, they took aspects from Chemical Plant from Generations and put it in Chemical Plant. It makes sense. They took aspects from Green Hill Zone and they put it in Green Hill Zone. That makes sense. They're putting aspects from random other levels into levels that are not even the same thing. That's where I get confused. And I feel like that's when it feels just like a cost-cutting measure. They couldn't come up with anything, take it from something else. You know what I mean? That's just me, but let me catch up on stuff real quick. Wow, I missed so much. You guys are crazy. Okay. Let me look here. All right, so John Leone says, honestly, the more I see of this game, except reusing levels, the more hyped I get. Hell, even the reused levels look fun. I agree with you that everything else outside of this is getting me more hyped, especially the new islands with the different variations of the enemies based on the islands. That I love that, and that looks cool. I really do like how this game is turning out. It's just the cyberspace levels that are just iffy, except the new ones. The new cyberspace levels does look cool, and we'll talk about that. John Leon, thanks so much, man. SonicGen24 says, hi Sam, how was your day today? I'm at work and needed to drop a quick donation. Happy to get this game now of the controls work, if the controls work. Yeah, I'm excited for this game's more so the control aspect, being able to tinker with it. I think that's awesome. I think that's a great thing. Again, as I mentioned early on in the stream, one of the big things that Sonic Team would juggle with a lot is the control of Sonic. So giving us the options to influence that directly is a good thing. I think it's a good thing, especially for the open world. How that translates to the cyberspace levels that were designed with a static thing in mind beats me. The Windmill Isle 2 realization made my night. Oh no, Tracker. People are gonna put that on Twitter. Excalibur, guys are crazy. I'll catch up with that. Thank you so much, dude. But let me keep going here. I'll go in order here. John Leon, thank you. Sancha24, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, buddy. I hope Hope your day at work is going well. African 2.0 says, I don't mind the cyberspace. By the way, you guys are crazy. You guys keep donating like tens and crazy. You guys are crazy. African says, I don't mind the cyberspace levels. I treat them like optical special stages. Probably going to avoid frontiers leaks so the rest of the game isn't spoiled. African, I would also probably avoid generations because that's probably where the majority of them are going to come from. I don't think I mean, I definitely understand the point of avoiding leaks. That's obviously, you want the game to be fresh, but I mean, what we're seeing is stuff you've already seen. So what is there to spoil? You know what I mean? Other than the open world, I'm talking about the cyberspace. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, just the cyberspace. I don't think, unless it's like new zones. I get that. Freaking thank you. Spicy Punk Rocker says, so Sam, here's what I heard. It's still lazy, but maybe it's part of the lore of Sonic's lost memories. So that's why, but still it's a lame excuse. That's what I'm saying, Spicy Punk Rocker, is like, even if that was the case, even if that was the thing that Sonic Team is saying, and even people defending it will say, but it's from Sonic's memory, so it makes sense. How many games already did that story where Sonic is going back in time, either actually going back in time or through his memories, or he's remembering, or it's a flashback? How many times did we do that? How many times was Sonic teleported to the past and had to play Green Hill Zone? All right. Happened in Generations. It happened in no, Zach. It happened in Generations. It happened in Mania. Okay. It happened in 2 games already where he gets physically teleported to the past. All right. We also have, we have like games that already have the level themes in them. So I think it just would have been better even then but Mania is not mainline. Bitch, Mania still happened though. What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, but Mania's not mainline, so that doesn't count. It still happened. Why are you guys so hard defending this? Some of you, not all of you. It's very few. It's honestly like a couple people with just a really loud voice. It's okay to say, yeah, that kind of sucks, but I mean, hey, I don't mind. That's my views. It's okay to say that. It doesn't matter where it fits in the fucking timeline of Sonic. It still happened. The point is like, it still happened. It's still annoying. It already happened. Sonic already went back in time. Sonic was already remembering his past. My point is, Sonic should stay away. Like, we should stop with Sonic going to the past. That's enough. No matter what the context is, whether it's through his memory or him physically going back in time, it's the same thing that's happening. You're replaying a level and there's an excuse for that. So I just think, I just think it's okay to understand that this is lame. Going back in time and playing a zone you already played multiple times over is okay to say, probably would have preferred new stuff. You know what I mean? That's just me, though. But Sam, if you take into account the Phantom Ruby, that was actually all illusions, so that didn't count. All right. No, it makes sense. Spicy Punk Rocker, thank you so much for the donation.
Heavy copium.
Pete Tepson, I hope I said your name. I don't know how do you say that. Petey? Thanks so much for the donation. The Super Guy 55 says, it's being Sonic's memories isn't a good excuse, as Jen's had a similar thing going on. Thank you. Has a similar thing going on with time traveling to the past, but it still kept it original. That's a good point. And that's actually something we do need to bring up, by the way. In Mania, they did reuse level design stuff, and that was the weakest parts of the game. In Generations, when they did it, the grand majority of the returning levels was new level design. That is, it was new level design. It was a new thing to experience, seeing the past zones in 3D. So a part of me is like, hey, what's the like, okay, if they wanted to go back in Sonic's memories, right? You know what I would have done? If I was in the chair, you know what I would have done? First off, I would have chose zones that were not in Generations. Okay, we can still do stuff from the classic games. All right. I think little changes like having like, I don't know, the Emerald Hill rather than Green Hill. You know, it's change, right? It's whatever. But I would have done zones from like Advanced or Rush or like, you know, 3D Blast. You know what I mean? Like I would choose zones that were not in Generations, but also from games that were not represented yet. What about a lot of the handhelds or the Game Gear games or the 8-bit games or the Master System games, or really, really side stuff like Advanced, Rush, Sonic Blast? Who fucking cares? My point is like if they wanted to reuse, if that was the excuse, Sonic had to go back in time, they could have very easily chose anything else. My point is they chose the exact same stages from Generations, which tells me it's not because of the fucking story. It's an excuse that they had to reuse level assets for either a cost-cutting measure or the fact that the scope of the game was too large. They couldn't make new assets. In that case, okay, I get it. You can't, you know, I'm not a game designer. In that case, I get it. You can't create a whole new level. But can you imagine, for a moment, can you imagine had they made like a few new zones and they really fleshed them out and they didn't work on recreating Unleashed? You know what I mean?
All I'm saying, right,
yeah,
is society would benefit greatly if someone broke into Sega HQ and erased all the Generation assets from their computers.
Sam, every zone is one act. That's not true. From what I've been seeing is like there's like Chemical Plant 1-4, which is the one that we saw. So there's going to be multiple things. If they are one act and you replay them with different missions, that's even worse. Like my point is if I have to play Chemical Plant and it's the Chemical Plant from Generations and but it's shorter, it's not the full level, it's shorter, but I have to play it 5 times with different missions, that arguably makes this sting even more. You know what I mean? 1-4 is all the stages on the first island, not Chemical Plant. What?
So I have to interject here. Someone keeps saying in the chat, Sam, a flashy UI kills immersion in open world games. First of all, that wasn't Sam who said anything about the UI. That was me and Kenny. And it doesn't need to be a flashy UI. It just needs to be something that's
Wallace, it doesn't matter. Literally, anytime anyone says anything on my stream, even when my mouth is shut, people will hold that against me. It doesn't matter. You could say that all day long. People will literally say, Sam Procrastinates said this, bitch. No, I didn't. Anyways.
I just want to clear it up, though, because it is annoying that we could open the special UI flash. Like, I'm not talking about a flashy UI. It's just it's boring. If you're
I definitely
make it
get
so
that.
like a plain kind of like or make it so it's more grungy or just like more kind of open world feeling, like more naturey aesthetic. It doesn't have to be super flashy. This is just like someone opened up like Photoshop and open up like the default text and put in like the timer and the things. Like, it's boring.
At the same time, but at the same time, I also don't want to dwell on this because I know people are gonna start saying, "Oh, Sam, you don't like Frontiers." No, shut up. I do like Frontiers. I do, and I do think the game's good. And I'm so really excited for Frontiers. I can't say that enough. I just wanted to talk about this, even though it's probably a small part of the game. Even though these are more or less special stages, I'm okay. I will say, though, I do think it is smart, and I think I mentioned this in the past in my videos. I actually do like the idea of Boost Sonic with the levels being like linear. I do like the idea of treating them like special stages. I think that's smart. I think that's where they could shine. So that way it puts more emphasis on the open world, and the special stage or the boost stages are more like being more like special stages. I feel like that fits the gameplay more because it's more reactionary. So it's more like a special stage. It makes sense. Okay, let me continue here. The Super Guy 55 says it's being Sonic Memories isn't a good. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I read that. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Hot Chocolate, thank you. Sonic Shipper 95, thank you. Your name is all in Japanese, but you gave me 250 yen, I believe. That's yen. Thank you so much for the donation. You said Sky Sanctuary is Windmill Isle Act 2. Yeah, I figured that out. Thank you so much for letting me know that. Spider-Manny says there is too much automation, dash panels, rails, springs. Also, you have noticed how dead the cyberspace levels seem. There are barely any enemies. I did mention, as I mentioned, they do seem bare in comparison to the levels they are coming from. In comparison, especially when you look at Green Hill Zone versus Windmill Isle, you could definitely see, you know, that Windmill Isle feels more alive. There's more happening there. I definitely get that. Yeah, no, I think that's a good point, Spider-Man. I will say again, though, I'm not too fixated on it, again, because I understand these are more like special stages. It doesn't tinker my overall excitement for Frontiers, but it does. Let me look at this real quick. So the first one, you have to reach the goal. Easy. Clear with a... It looks like it says F5 rank, but that's an S. With an S rank. With rank S time. Okay, that's easy. Clear with 80 rings. Probably easy. Find all the red star rings. So that's your missions. So you probably will be replaying the same act over and over. Okay.
I have to say something real quick, and then I'll let go of the UI conversation. I was just looking at this screen, kind of this victory screen. The blue results thing at the top, to me, just the font choice just screams Fortnite to me. I don't know what it is. It's just
Fortnite.
What the hell is this? Look at the times. This has to be just for the demo. This is just for the demo, chat.
Yeah, probably.
That's just for the demo. You have to clear it within 99 minutes to get an S rank. That's just for the... I guarantee you that's just for the demo, unless they really think we're toddlers. No, that's just for the demo, guaranteed. Spider-Man, thank you. Castell A&M says, Sonic Team supporting environmental recycling content. I'm sorry. They just want to be green, so they just want to make sure they recycle everything. Castell, thank you so much.
Environmentally friendly.
As many jokes as we can make, I still would prefer new stuff. Yo, Grumble Mumble says, isn't Green Hill Sonic's home? Also, first dono. I don't think Sonic, technically, I guess. Not really, though. South Island. Isn't South Island his home? Or all of Mobius? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Point is like, even if Green Hill Zone, it is, oh my God. Jacob, you're crazy. You're crazy. I'll get to that in a second. You're insane, dude. Oh, even if it is his home, even if it was just Green Hill Zone, that probably would have been fine. It's just because I think I'm seeing other zones as well. It does lower the excitement a little bit. But all right, so thank you so much, Grumble. Appreciate you. It's Pillow. Thank you for subscribing. Wingman25 says, I think Sonic Team knows better when it comes to reusing stuff. Also, I think it's a good thing to nitpick. I think it's a good thing nitpicking these things so they can learn later. So I wouldn't even say this is nitpicking, even though the and by the way, we're gonna get to this zone because I do want to watch that. I haven't even seen much of that one, so I do want to watch that in its entirety and get my first reactions. But I will say, even though this is probably more so the special stages of the game, it's not really nitpicking. They're a part of the game. You're probably going to spend a good amount of time replaying them over and over to get the new ranks, even though in comparison to the open world, you're playing the open world more. This is still a good part of the game. Talking about an entire section of the game is not nitpicking. This is literally talking about a game that's given to you. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. But yeah, it's good to be critical and to be very specific on what we are critical of, because that way, for whatever's next Sonic game, the next open world Sonic game, because we know Sonic Frontiers is setting the foundation for the direction of Sonic in the future, that way they know, hey, let's try to get some new stuff in there. Let's try to give them an experience they did not have yet. And I think that's important. You know what I mean? And if they want to go back in time to replay something or reuse something, it should be something we haven't seen yet. we haven't seen returned yet. Can you imagine, chat, if they instead they brought back a level? You know, here's the thing: if they had to remake the levels, especially the one from Unleashed, because they're not using the Unleashed levels and reusing them like Generations. It looks like they're recreating the Unleashed levels with the assets they have. Can you imagine if they remade level layouts from like Sonic Heroes or Shadow the Hedgehog or even Sonic 06? Wouldn't that be cooler if they had to reuse a level layout? It would be cool to see them do it on something that was not done yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my point. It's like they could have done it in a way that would be exciting. Like, oh my god, wait, I remember this from like Westopolis or freaking Final Fortress or something like that, or Sonic 06 or something. That would have been exciting. I'll be like, ooh, what zone are they going to reference next? But when they do it this way, it does come off cheap, and it feels like, you know what I mean? There's ways to do it. There's ways to do it and feel fresh. What's up?
I just think again, I know I said like in a joking manner, but I honestly think I'm so tired of seeing generation assets being recycled. It's been like a decade at this point. I just wish I say like jokingly, but there's like a little part of me, I'm like, I just wish like they just lose all the files so that's their force to make something new. Because the amount of times we've seen it in this past decade of just reused generation assets. It was cool, with the first time with Generation seeing Green Hill come back, and even like in Adventure 2 when Green Hill was like an Easter egg. But I think every time past that, it's just gotten like sickeningly boring.
And that's the thing too, is the charm is gone. The charm of seeing these levels again are gone. I should be off the wall screaming, oh my god, they brought this thing back. I can't wait. I don't think any Sonic fan that has been born before 2011 is saying that right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the funny says, Sonic had a rough transition into cyberspace. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much. It's 1102 Sonic says, with a $10 donation, even knowing that these stages are being reused from past games is a bit upsetting, but I am still very excited to see my boy in a new open world zone experience with better combat mechanics and controls. That's what I'm excited for too, and I feel like that's where the majority of my excitement for Frontiers lies, is the open world and those islands. I think that's where the majority of people's excitement is. But yeah, no, that's where I'm definitely looking forward to in the game. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's also the part that Sonic Team is emphasizing in the trailers, in the gameplay, in the stuff we've heard and seen. That's where they're probably the majority of their assets and their new stuff is being put into, and that's what I'm excited for. Thank you so much. It's 1102 Sonic. We got a buttload of subscribers. Thank you all. I cannot name all of them. We'll be here forever. And a DX, thank you so much for the donation. Akabuti says, are we ignoring Generations UI? We are not. I think they mentioned it. The Generations UI is also pretty good.
Yeah, Generations is good.
Yeah.
I think,
Generations and Unleashed, they're both very good.
I would agree.
I would still say low-key Forces probably has the best. That's just my opinion, because it ties in a lot better with the overall vibe, and it was something definitely is more focused all around.
It definitely inspired a lot of people who make their own fan games, like modern fan games.
Can I be honest?
I've seen a lot of different games now kind of take inspiration from Forces UI.
Can I be honest? Want me to tell you the game I think has the best UI?
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Sonic Heroes has the best UI. Sonic Heroes UI is undefeatable. I love the design. I still really like that whole those circles with each character color coordination, and the way it flips. That shit was clean, and I don't think they ever would beat that again. It's good. You know
how I feel about Heroes. I want to go into it.
Shadow the Human 209 says, what about the special stages from Colors? They also reuse levels from the classic games. Is that what they tried to go for? Good discussion though. So Shadow the Human, when they did that was actually, well, first off, let me bring that up. Keep in mind when that game came out. That game came out 2010. Right before, or right after, or actually it was during Sonic 4. It wasn't intrusive. It wasn't annoying. It was still a new thing to do that. And I remember
wasn't it optional too. Like wasn't it just like it's talking about like the games, like the dummy games, like the little rag dolls.
Well, it's not. Well, yes, it was optional. That's actually a good point to bring up too. That was an optional thing, unless you're trying to go for Supersonic. But I will say, and I distinctly remember this when I was first playing Heroes or Colors, was that section in the that retro world where they had a section from Sonic 1 with those platforms from Spring Yard Zone. And I remember being super excited. I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute. They're referencing this. I remember that. But it was just that. It was a reference because guess what? It was a new thing. It wasn't intrusive yet. I think Sonic 4 was the only game that came out that had some assets used. I don't even know if Sonic 4 was out at that time yet. So yeah, but it wasn't intrusive. I was excited for it. That's why I think now though that charm is kind of gone. You know what I mean? So the Shadow Human 209, thank you so much for the dono. Thanks so much for your point of view, by the way. Joss Gunner said, oh sorry, Fatality. Thank you so much for the donation. Joss Gunner says your judgments are all over the board, not nice. What? Your judgments are all over the board, not nice. What are you talking about? I was just saying, and I'll clarify it again for anyone that's coming in. I'm excited for Frontiers. The majority of my excitement is in the open world. I also think it's okay to point at the reuse of levels and say, hey, it's kind of lame. I want something new. That's really my point. It's not really all over the place. I'm still excited for Frontiers. I understand these sections are not a major part of the game. So it's not destroying my excitement for Frontiers. That's really my point. Anyways, Josh Connor, thank you so much for the donation and your point of view. Excalibur with a $20 donation. Very, very, very generous. Says, sup, Sega Sammy? I don't know about you, but I'm hyped for this open world format. Hashtag Sam Procrastinates best Sonic Tuber. Excalibur, you're the best. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. No, I'm hyped for it too. The open world is definitely where my excitement is, and I think that really is a great foundation to the next 10 years of Sonic. I'm more so excited too is like where they're going to go from here after this. What other worlds can we see in an open world format? I'm hoping it's going to only get better at this point. You know what I mean? Excalibur, thank you so much for the donation, by the way. By the way, I see you all in chat, by the way. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. I'm going to catch up with these donos real quick so we're not here all day and I could go move on to the next thing. But thank you so much, Excalibur.
It's just echoing my mind right now that someone called you the best Sonic tuber and like, you're good and all, but last time I checked, you didn't make the top 10 hottest female Sonic characters. So
oh my God, really be the best Sonic tuber? Stop it. Is that the real Games Cage? Can anyone confirm?
Hey, King.
If that is the real Game Cage, he said, my argument is, yeah, I would have loved the new layouts, but to be honest, I know they're going to be fun to play considering they may be getting 30 plus of these, but plus the open world hype. So that's what I was saying, Fidel. This is what I was saying was, yeah, this doesn't necessarily destroy my excitement because I am, I understand that these are more like special stages. These are not a major part of the game. And more so, again, it comes down to the level design. My point where I'm like, my excitement is not as hype is when I start to see not just level themes being reused, but to see specific level layouts being reused. That's where I get a little annoyed because now that comes off as, well, I've played this already. What is new about this? Even though I'm going to have to play this with collect this many rings or beat it in this amount of time or something like that, I feel like that's still not quite enough to justify that. But at the end of the day, you just like you mentioned, these are more like special stages. So it's not like I'm going to be calling all of Frontiers like shit for that. It's a part of the game where I'm just like, yeah, that could have absolutely been better. They could have absolutely handled it better. And as I mentioned before, if the excuse of, well, Sonic's going through his memories, that's why these are returning. My point of view is, well, they could have made anything return at that point. It didn't have to be the zones that they had readily available, because now to me, that comes off as lazy. But there you go. That's my thoughts. Excalibur, thank you for the donut.
Do you have a problem with your saliva? Because you be spitting.
Thank you. Excalibur. Shut up, Wallace. Excalibur, thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Can we actually get a heart spam in the chat for the $12 donation from Excalibur? Thank you so much for that very generous donation. And we're going to be doing a huge heart spam in the chat for everyone at the end here. Trucker D, TD, thank you so much for the donation. Takashi Izuka donated $5 and says, Unleash is my favorite game, and I don't even love Frontiers. But quietly, I think our criticisms speak to inherent flaws with the boost. The modern stuff is weaker, yeah, but the boost design is inherently limiting and a little homogeneous. Wow, I said that so wrong. Thank you so much, Takashi. Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right on that, Takashi. I hate that fact that your name is just Takashi Izuka, but no, you're absolutely right. I do think you're right in that, where the boost formula is limiting, and I think that's why I do like how they are approaching it in Frontiers, where it's more like a special stage, and I think that's where it works best. Thank you so much, Takashi. Tyrone says, Sam, you're right, Green Hill. Sam's right, Green Hill was an SA2. My point exactly. That was new, and it was unique, and people were excited for it. I just feel like that magic is kind of gone now. Tyrone, thanks so much for the donation. Merchanoid says, I'm here. What did I miss? Anything cool? Sucky? Not really. Nothing's really, like, sucky, I would say. Yeah, I know I said it wrong. Relax, chat. I meant homogenous. Stay in school. But no, it's no, nothing really sucky. No, we're just having a discussion about the open world and the cyberspace levels and what we're excited and not really excited about. And my main thing so far is that, I like the open world. I think the reuse of level assets was fine, but the reuse of level layouts was a bit too far for me. But it's not enough to destroy my excitement for the overall game. Thank you so much, Metronoid. Your boy Grunty says, consider the following. We have this cyber theme going on. What if this whole plot is just the new girl archiving everything to prevent it from being lost forever? Kind of like Sonic and the Black Knight story about never letting the past go. I mean, that story could have happened without having to reuse the levels that were already in Generations. You know what I mean? But even then, I will say the story, if that is the story, I would like that. I think that's a great story. It just comes down to what excuse they have for these specific levels to return. I don't think the excuse they have so far is justifiable enough for the exact levels to return. Know what I mean? Your boy Granty, thank you for the donation. Slendy Tubbies, thank you very much for the donation as well. Call me Anno says, I have a theory that Sage uses to be a normal girl who got turned into AI because of some turn of events. What do you think? It probably is the case. Yeah, I don't. That's my guess. Is yeah, because she does seem very human in her appearance and the way she talked. You know what I mean?
She used not to necessarily be a the way she talks, girl, but yeah, living in a lonely world.
Wow.
But then she took the midnight train, going anywhere.
Wallace, you're spitting bars, bro. I need you to calm down.
What can I say? I mean,
Call me Anno, thank you so much for the donation. Excalibur says, honestly, I do feel like this is a huge step in the right direction. We just need some new stages from now on instead of rehashes. Exactly, Excalibur. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you so much, bud. Jaden Buck says, do we know if they will be reusing the same music? From what I've seen, yes. The zone the zone we saw with Green Hill Zone sounds like the modern Green Hill theme in Generations. So in that regard, yes, I do believe some music will be returning. My hope is that they'll be somewhat remixed, but from what I've heard and what I've seen is that the zone music you hear is just the one from Generations. But
oh man, I thought Weezer were gonna do covers of them.
But there's a big but here. There was a tweet from someone that played Sky Sanctuary who said that the Sky Sanctuary theme had vocals. So maybe some of them have a returning theme and some of them don't. Maybe the music is not done yet, so they weren't all implemented. I don't know. But yes, from what I've seen in gameplay, One of the zones had Generations music, but one of them did have vocal themes. So we'll have to see how that goes. My guess is it's probably too early to see unless we have clear imagery or clear footage recorded to know what exactly music is going on.
Sam, who would you get to?
You guys didn't know that? Wait, some people are surprised. No, yeah. It was revealed that Sky Sanctuary's zone had lyrics. Let me go to it. Right here. Played Sonic Frontiers again at the TikTok booth, which, by the way, TikTok booth is under embargo, which is probably, I think so. I think it's under embargo. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. It's not the original Sky Sanctuary theme, though. It has vocals. Yeah. But we'll have to see. But yeah, it does look like Sky Sanctuary had vocals, so we'll have to see. Okay. Thank you so much, Jane Buck. Let me go to this one here. To Jelly Lord with a $10 donation. You guys are very, very generous. Thank you, guys. We've been playing Generations for the past 10 plus years. I was hoping for new boost stages to play, not Generations Light. I can understand reusing themes, but you could have just made the layouts brand new. That's essentially my point, to Jelly Lord. That's essentially what I was saying. Thank you so much for the donation. I don't want to hold on it too much because I already talked about it a lot, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Kit Kat says it's just the listing for all the cyberspace levels. 1-1 is Green Hill, 1-2 is Sunset Green Hill, 1-3 is Sky Sanctuary, 1-4 is Chemical Plant, 1-5 is the City Stage. Oh. So, okay. So then there's probably 2 more. So 1 is in reference to the island. So the 1 dash thing is in reference to the island run, probably. Okay, that makes more sense. Thank you so much, Kit Kat, for the clarification. So my guess is, yeah, there's probably going to be 7... My guess is there's probably going to be 7 zones in each island. So, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Uh-oh. Just go, uh-oh.
So...
Oh, no.
So, yeah, no. So my point is, though, is like... If there's... Yeah, sorry. That hurt to watch? You guys, really? I'm sorry. Oh, wow. Is it this? Oh, I have to watch this. Sorry, I was completely missing this.
In the city, bro.
Hang on. Well, I'll do a reaction to that in a second because I'm almost caught up with donations here. But what I will say is, yeah, so if there are 7 zones, 7 cyberspace levels, which, by the way, if you said 5 was the city stage, I hope 5, 6, and 7 are new. That's the thing. I'm hoping if 1, 2, 3, and 4 are reused, I'm praying 5, 6, and 7 are new, or they're just zones that were not reused yet. Something newer. Not completely new, just something newer. Something that wasn't we've seen recently. You know what I mean? But yeah, if there are 7 zones in 5 islands, that means that there's probably 35 cyberspace levels. So... at that point, too, that's also a good thing to look forward to. If there is 30-something cyberspace levels, 35, that's a lot. And maybe at that point, I could probably give a pass on reusing some assets because that's a lot to make. So, it depends. You gotta understand, guys. I'm reacting to things as they come out. I can't react to stuff with assumptions that I know what's going on. We don't know. We haven't played the game yet. So if there is 35 cyberspace levels, in addition to the 5 new open worlds, and the 35 are stages that are being returned, at that point, I could somewhat understand the reuse of assets because it would be a lot to make 35 new stages on top of everything in the open world. It really just comes down to how much is in this game. We don't know that yet. You know what I mean? Anyways, to Jelly Lord, thank you so much for the donation. Kit Kat, thank you. Erwin the Faded Fox, I'm going to go fast real quick because I want to catch up with these stuff and I want to be able to, I know I'm trying, guys. Hold on, I'm sorry. Aaron the Faded Fox says, for me, the comparison between the Green Hills tutorial and Unleashes doesn't make justice for Frontiers. Sonic Stadium's video is caught several times. Erwin, they cut it to match up so that way you could see that it. That's another thing I do want to mention, by the way. People were like, you cut the footage, so that's really like you're manipulating. No, they're not manipulating the footage. They clearly are cutting the footage to show you, because they don't have both games playing at the exact same rate. They're both two completely different players, so they cut the footage to show you that they're the same in the same moment. They didn't cut it to manipulate you or anything. Thank you so much, Erwin. 4T, thank you, Jacob. With the okay, now I'm catching up. Sorry, Jacob with a huge $50 donation says, every time I find a reason to be excited for Frontiers, I swear 2 more reasons make me feel the opposite. The open world still look fun at the least, I hope. Jacob, I'm not gonna completely agree with you. Like, I do get that feeling where there's something I enjoy, there's something I'm concerned, there's something I enjoy, and there's something I'm concerned. The fuck is going on here? All right, we're gonna talk about that in a second. But yeah, no, I speaking of stuff that makes me concerned. No, I totally get that, Jacob. I won't say I will say, for me personally, there is more for me to be excited about than concerned about. But that's just me. Some people do feel that way though. At the end of the day for me,
just like me, for real.
I would just be cautiously optimistic. I would just be cautiously optimistic. That's about where I'm at. I'm cautiously optimistic. I definitely think there's more good than wrong here. So yeah, Jacob, thank you so much. You proved nothing. Awesome. Thank you for being in my chat. Thank you for listening to me. A freaking 2.0 says, by the way, Jacob Jordan, thank you so much for the incredibly generous $50. Can we please get a heart spam in the chat for Jacob Jordan? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Very, very generous. He donated $50. That's a lot of bucks. Thank you, dude. That's an incredibly generous donation. Much love. Freaking 2.0 says, did you see the Japanese DLC for Frontiers? What other DLCs do you think they plan to add for Frontiers? That's another good thing. That's a good thing.
More VTubers!
Yes, more VTubers. I saw that. Yeah, no, I did see the DLC, and I think that's a great thing. I hope they add maybe more. They could add cyberspace levels over time. You know, I think that's a great thing. If they want to add, you know, new challenges to the game, that's a great idea. Maybe, I don't think they're gonna add a new boss or anything, but I think adding more zones over time would make for great DLC. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's a great thing to have DLC though over time, so that way the game stays alive, it stays fresh, so that way it doesn't die out so quickly. You know what I mean? Freaking 2.0, thank you so much for the donation. Oh my god, you guys went crazy. All right, I am going to take a break from reading donations because there's too many. And I'll have to get back to them, okay? And
I will read them for you.
No, if you guys donated, I'll get to that in a bit. But I do want to move on. I don't want an hour dedicated to me reading, so just give me a little bit here. Sure. Let's go to. I do want to talk about some other stuff though. One more thing I do want to say that was brought to my attention. Let me find it. Here. Let me find it.
Hey Sam, isn't it possible to do polls in chat?
Maybe, yes.
Like on YouTube?
Yes.
Should put that to use.
Yeah.
I think you have to do them actually, but
let me. Hang on, I'm trying to get this going. So there is one thing that was brought to my attention that I do want to bring up here. Okay. So if you guys saw...
Isn't one of the bosses literally named Ninja?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's the first one.
Freaking game developers, man, you're so lazy.
Oh my gosh,
they really named a character after the Fortnite player, bro. That's crazy.
How dare they? Oh my god. No, they named it after the Fruit Ninja. Oh my god, like literally get it right.
My broken spray bottle laugh. Like,
One second here, chat, because I'm trying to find something that was brought to my attention, and they brought up a good point. I do want to talk about that.
Yo, can we get a heart spam in the chat for Fortnite Ninja being added into Sonic Frontiers?
Yeah, it's the fruit ninja. Oh my
It has to be
god.
blue to match his hair. Yeah, blue heart spam in the chat for Ninja.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here it is. All right, so I found it.
Yo,
So
chat's base. Yes, chat. Yes. Oh, I love to see it.
all right, so there's this cutscene in game here, and I'm gonna bring up one more negative real quick before we move on. So you guys remember that beautiful CGI cutscene we saw in this trailer, and I said, "Whoa, these cutscenes look beautiful."
What is it?
This is in game, and this is pretty much confirmation that all the CGI cutscenes you saw are not
promotional.
Are just in the trailers only. That's something I mentioned in Forces that I didn't like, and it looks like they're doing it again, that they only resided the CGI, the beautiful CGI you've been seeing are only for promotional stuff.
Yeah, because there was a scene, I think I showed you this morning, with Sonic holding his arm and then he was talking to holographic Amy. That's probably the one that was at the end of the trailer we just saw.
Yeah. So I just want to bring that to my to the attention. Let me shout out the person who told me this. They like DM'd me about it. It's Anna Rita.
That's really
at
sad.
blue blur _37. Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. That's a really good point. A lot of times when I get DMs, it's from someone saying something unnecessary, but that was a good point. And I think, yeah, don't expect what you saw in those cutscenes to be in game because, yeah, they're kind of doing what they did in Forces. Now, I will say, does that suck? Yes. Does it kill my excitement for Frontiers, just like the cyberspace levels? No. Don't get it twisted, okay? So, but I do want to say
he looks a little more expressive.
Yes, and I will say that too. With the in-game stuff we have seen, at the very least, Sonic does look more expressive. But yeah, those CGI cutscenes looked really beautiful, but we're not going to see those in game. All right, I'm just saying that. Anyways, let me move on here. Let me move on here. Okay. In fact, I will tweet that stuff now. Oh, let me tweet stuff now.
So,
Do you mean?
chat, what's your favorite Weezer song?
Oh my god.
Mine is the one that they did for Sonic Frontiers. It's gonna happen, bro. Just trust me. I'm calling it, bro.
I want Chuck E. Cheese to sing the theme song again.
Hey, chat, can we get a blue heart span for Weezer? It matches our first. Yeah, no.
Live tweeting. We are live tweeting.
This is a live Sam camera. Live Sam reaction cam.
Oh, I didn't see this yet. Oh.
Yeah, this person has a lot of
Wait, what is it? What? The icons, the levels.
Yeah, no, this is what Kenny was talking about earlier. This is the
Okay,
Yeah,
the other one's
that's
a bit
cool.
better.
I actually like that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I really like the bottom UI, but the top, yeah, that's where it's like when it's just the text, it's like, you know, the one at the bottom, it looks cool. It looks
you wish there were more graphics around the
kinda
text.
slick.
But
Actually,
yeah.
I think it would have been cool to have like a glitch effect to kind of match the
Yes,
side. I think that would have been
yeah.
cool. Yeah, that would have been cool. I definitely see that.
definitely, yeah. Or more of what, like, you know, Sage's like the design they have for Sage with all like the cubes and stuff, or even the stuff that's literally.
But no,
in
no, I think you're right. The bottom does look fine, but yeah, the top, I could see why it could look a little bit bland.
Bro, they really gave Sonic like a speed monitor.
Yeah. Actually, honestly, I think that's pretty clever. I kind of like that. That is cool to know how fast you're going.
Marav,
it's funny, but it works. It makes me giggle. I just don't like the font. It just reminds me of Fortnite.
You guys understand, guys? Those are graphic designers. They're going to be looking at the smallest shit.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I hope us mentioning this isn't like, it doesn't sound like nitpicking.
It's too late. It's too late. I'm already being canceled.
I can't help it.
They're already canceled.
Can we talk about the city place now?
Alrighty, so let me see here.
I can't believe they put California in the new Sonic game.
Marav Review says, why Green Hill looks more colorful / cartoonish than the regular island design. Looks quite like not matching styles. So you're saying like the cyberspace Green Hill and I definitely could see that. Like it definitely feels like a clash of like graphics. I guess that's fine though to differentiate it. The level, the island has its own style, and the cyberspace levels are, in that regard, I could definitely see it being a clash of two different art styles, but for me, it doesn't seem that intrusive. Thanks so much, Rav. Joshi says, do you think Amy and Tails will get a major role in the story or mostly be about Sonic? My guess is it's mostly going to be around Sonic. I would hope the other characters do have more influence in the story this time around. I think we would love that, considering the fact that we haven't seen much about the side characters more in stories recently. But I hope that they do have more of an influence on the story. Thank you so much, Joshi. Grumble Mumble says, to follow up the previous dono, I figured he was... Hold on. You said, I figured he was homeless, but I think you probably meant hopeless. You said, I figured he was homeless, but it made sense for Green Hills to be... Oh, you're talking about Green Hill being his home, sorry. You figured Sonic was more like a character that didn't have an actual stationary home, but it made sense for Green Hill Zone to be since he's always there. Would you rather Green Hill Zone be the level you get when you complete the game, like the like MK in Odyssey? Oh, you're talking about Mario Odyssey, I think, or MK in OD, MK in ODY. I'm not sure what you're referring to by that. I will say, I don't hate the idea of Green Hill being Sonic's home. I feel like Green Hill is very iconic, so it makes sense for Green Hill to be his home. And truthfully, oh, you meant Mushroom Kingdom. My bad. Mushroom Kingdom you meant. I personally don't hate the idea of Green Hill Zone being Sonic's home. In fact, if every game started with a Green Hill level, I would be okay kind of pulling like a Mushroom Kingdom, right, and Mario, or the first zone, World 1-1 in Mario. I'm okay with that if it was just the first zone, but because Sonic games never do it as just the first zone, that's where it becomes a bit repetitive. So I'm okay with Green Hill Zone being like Sonic's home. Story-wise, I'm okay with that. And I'm sure that is probably the case, I would assume. Thanks so much, Grumble. Thank you again. You donated $10. I appreciate it. Justin Motobug, thanks so much for subscribing. Racinus12538, thanks so much for the donation. $10 didn't say anything, but thanks so much, Ray. Metronoid says, Legend Arceus was one of the best video games I've ever played, let alone my new favorite Pokemon game. So hopefully Frontiers can also amaze me and all of us. I do kind of wish that they would remake other levels or make new levels for the cyberspace. Absolutely agree, Metronoid. Your name is in Japanese. I don't know how to say it, but you donated $1. Thank you so much. John Leone says there will be 30 cyberspace levels with 4 acts in each. If so, we may still have hope for new stages or ones that we haven't seen in a while. I hope so too, John Leone. It just comes down to what those are. Maybe the first couple are reused, so maybe that's copium, but I hope that's the case. Thank you so much, John. Star says, I was just waiting for one of the cyberspace levels to inevitably be null space from Sonic Forces. I just have a gut feeling on that level being reused. Probably. I wouldn't hate that. Null space was one of the most intriguing, but they never... It lasted 2 seconds and then you're teleported out. I would like it, to be honest with you. If they wanted to reuse null space, like, graphics in, like, an AI world, I think that'd be fucking sick. If I'm honest. I think that'd be awesome, Star. We'll have to see, though. Lightning Boy says, I'm going to get this for all consoles. Hopefully it doesn't blow up my Switch. Thank you so much, Lightning Boy, for the $10 donation. I will say, from the Switch footage and the Switch screenshots we've seen, I'm actually very impressed with how this game seems to be running on Switch. It actually is impressive. The Switch version actually does not look that bad. There was a comparison for one screenshot between the HD and the Switch version, and they aren't that far off, so I'm actually really impressed with the Switch. Thank you so much, Lightning Boy, for the donation. Appreciate you. Very generous donation. Thank you. The True SSJ Hawk, and I'm trying to go fast chat so I could go through this quickly. They're probably just showing the ones that already seen before, and the others we haven't will be shown later. I hope so, True. I hope so. Let's hope that's the case. Thank you so much for the donation. Luigi says, imagine if this is secretly the third storybook game. Doubt that, but thank you so much for the donation. Joss Gonner says, stop demonizing the game. You're hating the whole game. You're absolutely joking. I'm sure you are. Thanks so much for the donation, Joss Gunner. There's no way you took that seriously. Des Tube says, hey Sam, it's D's nuts. Wow. Again, and I wanted to ask if you've seen the new layouts for Sonic, and if so, what are your thoughts on it? Seen the new layouts for Sonic? What do you mean by new layout? If you're still in the chat, type in chat and at me in the chat what you mean by the new layout. What are you referring to by that? Are you talking about the new layout in terms of the levels? Like the new levels? If you're talking about the new levels, then you know what? Let me go into it right now. Let me react to this. I haven't seen the city one yet, so let's watch this. Starts in 2D. All right. Is this Empire City? It looks like Empire City. The background looks cool. I like that.
It's just
it looks like Crisis City to me.
My guy jumped over
Not
the
really
rings.
more so.
California.
What is that circle? What is that?
Highway, you know?
What is that circle? Is that a Coco following Sonic? What is that? Okay. Didn't homing attack?
That's
okay.
Isn't that his boost or whatever?
Why would the boost be down there?
Oh, sorry, well, the footage is like behind here. So.
Actually, you're right. It is some sort of stamina? Is that stamina?
No, I think it's for like his boost. Whenever he like boosts, it shows kind of like in like the unleashed Wii port or whatever.
Brother, what are you
not
doing?
Wii port. I almost think like Breath of the Wild kind of thing, but like instead of being stamina, it's for like his boost.
Right. Yeah, I have to see how I'd like that. Oh.
But it's just a theory, a game.
So there was AI cars that he destroyed. Jumping over a lot of boost pads there. Okay.
Sam, that was not an AI car. That was a tank. Why is there a tank in the city, bro?
Wait, what? No, that was a car. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, I went back. Relax. Damn. Oh, those are tanks. Look at it, bro. It's like, look at this quality we're doing. Like I could tell. All right, it's a tank.
It's massive. It's got the freaking like cannons on.
Actually, you do
bro.
bring up a good point. Why is there tanks in the city?
Bro.
All right, very weird. All right. You have to slide under. Slide under. Oh. That's where it ended. Okay.
1989 Tiananmen Square. Bro.
I mean, that looks fine. Nothing really like concerning. It's not like level design blowing me away, but I mean, again, if they're more like special stages, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. D's Nuts, thanks so much for the donation. Sorry, I keep calling you D's Nuts. That's your name now.
Maybe it's good no one caught on to what I said.
The Deleter says, personally, the worst part about this news is that Iizuka and Kishimoto were insisting that the main point of the game was the cyberspace open world complements, while the overworld was just the hub. Did they say that? I don't recall that. Did they say the cyberspace was the main point in the game was the cyberspace? I don't think they said that.
The other way around.
I thought it was the other way around. Yeah. The deleter, maybe you're just mistaken. I would probably check what you were referring to. I don't think I recall that though. Yeah, a lot of people in chat were saying that they don't recall that. Yeah, I don't think they said that. In fact, if anything, if you could tell by the promotional material, that the open worlds and the islands seem to be where they want you to focus, not the cyberspace. Thanks so much for the delivery. I appreciate the donation. And yeah, no, guys, he probably didn't mean anything by it. Stop saying he's an Azuka hater. He probably just doesn't. He probably was just mistaken. It's okay. It's a conversation. Relax. Yeah, I'll just check again the deleter. Thanks so much for the donation. eFun says, using the same levels and ripping the level designs is a low blow. Lame, boring, and lazy BS. I prefer original boost stages and level designs or more open world stages. Would complement the open world, open level designs would complement the open world controls. I am puking with Green Hill Grass now. eFun is not enjoying the I'm not so much like that angry about it. I do understand your frustration. I believe it is totally valid at this point, but no, I think there's still a lot to look forward to, but I do understand the frustration with these levels returning. B127 says, sorry to bother you, Sam, but you dropped this king and you give me a crown. Thanks so much, B. Thank you. Rari2X says, to be honest, I still see people being skeptical and it's honestly confusing. I am hyped for this. Reuse of levels are for his memories and Chaos Emeralds. Well, that's true. That is the excuse, or that is the story they're saying for the returning levels. It's okay for people to be skeptical. As I already mentioned, we've already seen these level themes countless times, especially in the last 10 years, and it's totally justifiable to feel fatigue from it. It is. We can't dismiss it or act like people are hating or act like these concerns are not valid. At this point, it is absolutely valid. We've seen it too many times. Rari, thanks so much for the donation. But yeah, no, even though you are excited for it, as I am too, I still think it's justified in being a little skeptical about it. Thanks so much, Ben. Spidey Cat says, I'm excited just to have a new game. I would like to see Sonic's personality and character stand out. I hope so too. I hope the story really does bring that out. I think Sonic's character was not really well represented recently, so I hope they do take advantage of that. Thanks so much, Spidey Cat. I'm about to catch up right now, guys. We're about to finish it right now. Teleco, thanks so much for subscribing. Alex F, being a member for 4 months. What did I miss? Just watch the VOD at this point. Thank you so much. I just talked about my thoughts on cyberspace and the open worlds. Thank you so much, Alex F. J Foxfire says, if you were part of the Sonic team and you are the one who is making a new Sonic the Hedgehog game, what would the story be like? Creating new levels that are not Green Hills, LOL. So regarding story, look, here's the thing. You got to understand that even though I'm a Sonic fan, I know I'm not qualified to physically make a game, and I'm also probably not qualified to make a story. So I'm not going to pretend that I know what I'm doing. So I'm not even going to attempt to write a good Sonic story. I definitely will. No. But when it comes to stuff like gameplay, the direction, and like the idea of a game, I would probably do this. So, very blatant. I would have more emphasis on stories. I would have multiple characters, not too many, just a select number: Amy, Tails, Knuckles. Probably someone new with a unique gameplay style that also complements the Sonic gameplay. And then I would have a story where their stories are all individual, so you have a need to play all of them, but they're also intertwining. You know what I mean? Kind of like how Adventure did it. I think not because I love Adventure, but also because I like when stories interact. So you get curious about another story and you are incentivized to play that story. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I would just, and essentially the gameplay for me, I would make a gameplay style that isn't so much adventure-like. I would like it to be adventure with a little mix of more momentum-based platforming. So that way you have to practice the game to get better at it. So there's a really clear skill gap. That's what I would do. So No, I don't hate adventure. You guys are lying. Spicy Punk, J Foxfire, thanks so much for the donation, by the way. Spicy Punk Rocker says Sonic quill length adjustment. Also, favorite Mario game. No. Having a quill, I don't want there to be a bar to adjust Sonic's actual look. That should remain consistent. My favorite Mario game? I would say Mario Galaxy 2. I like Mario Galaxy 2. That was the best one. Spicy Punk Rocker, thank you. But I do like the story in Galaxy 1 better, but I do like the zones in Galaxy 2. So thank you, Spicy Punk Rocker. And Spectrum's Edge says, Westopolis, Sonic was there? That would explain the tanks. Actually, yeah, that would be a good point. Good point, Spectrum Edge. I'm just saying. All right, I caught up. I caught up with the donations. I caught up, guys. Are you proud of me? Please give one huge, gigantic heart spam, please, for all the donos. Thank you guys so much for the constant support. Let's move on, because I have way more to talk about, and hopefully I didn't talk your ears off. All right, so the skyscraper level, skyscraper scamper, is that the name? Was that the name of the level? Skyscraper scample? That is a tongue twister and a half. Okay.
It's like a Mad Libs.
All right, let's go to this. So we have Chemical Plant. I will say, at the very least, out of all the zones I've seen, Chemical Plant, at the very least, even though they were using the level assets, and I'm not a big fan of that, the new, the like neon lights, I don't know why they changed it, but I do think it looks cool at the very least. I could give it that. I do think it looks cool. We'll skip over this since we already talked about this. But yeah, I mean, these are all there's nothing really new to talk about here. It is Chemical Plant again. These are all in Generations, the level layouts. So, I mean, I'm not that,
I'm gonna keep it a buck real quick, and this is just my own personal opinion. What? Out of all those stages that be constantly brought back, I despise Chemical Plant.
Totally valid at this point. I love Chemical Plant and Sonic 2. Sonic 2 is my favorite Sonic game, and I don't want to see Chemical Plant ever again.
Oh gee, Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic Speed Simulator? Holy, I can't believe they put it into a mainline Sonic game. That's crazy.
This Green Hill Zone, I will say this though. It's because the assets they're using here are Green Hill, and the level layout they're using is also from Green Hill. Why didn't... I'm surprised they didn't just bring the Green Hill from Generations almost 1-to-1, because this looks a lot more bare. Also, I want to point out in Generations, you would have to drift around this section, and I don't know if there's a drift button in this game, and it feels a lot slower, which I totally get for the open world, so there's more control.
Oh, if it's not my better half.
And I believe a lot of the points Ellis Mark and Supersonic 68 brought up, again, are valid regarding how Sonic will control in a zone that is... There is a drift, yes. Yes, there is a drift, but from what... Wait, on the control, it says down on the D-pad is drift. Down on the D-pad? What? Can I make a guess real quick, chat? Do you guys think the drift is going to be like the drift in Colors, where it's in mandatory sections? The drift is the analog stick. Yeah, drift is the analog stick. So it's going to be more like Colors. It's not going to be weird button mapping. Why down on the D-pad? That's actually that doesn't feel right. Because when I'm playing a Sonic game and I'm moving, to press down on the D-pad, I mean, go full screen. When I have to press down on the D-pad, I'm letting go of the stick. This stick controls Sonic. I have to let go to press down and go into drift mode, and then go back to drifting here. That doesn't feel right. That feels like Colors. I feel like that's like it's almost like you can drift whenever you want, yes, but it feels more like how they handled it in Colors, where you just kind of move the stick around. No, Sam, it's analog. Bitch, what the fuck am I'm touching it. Look, this is the analog stick. I know what an analog stick is. The point is you have to click down on the D-pad. Bro, it's analog.
chat keep messing with him, please.
You guys broke my brain so bad. I'm hearing Evan in my head. Okay, listen.
No, I'm here.
My man's
I'm really here.
Look, chat. Listen to what I'm freaking saying, and it's not even. I don't know why I'm saying chat. It's only some people. The button layout says you press down on the D-pad to start drifting, right? And then you use the analog stick to control your drift. My point is, when you press down on the D-pad, you enter like a drift mode, I guess, right? And then you control your drift with the analog stick. It doesn't, Sam. Why are we arguing? The game's not even out yet. You guys are like, it's analog, it's D-pad, it's analog, it's D-pad. Why don't I... Hold on. Everyone shut up.
You all just need to come together and listen to Weezer.
I'm not even...
Can you map the buttons? You can customize them. It doesn't fucking matter, does it?
I don't know why they're like all arguing with each other over this. Why?
It doesn't matter, guys.
What the hell did I...
matter.
What did I walk into?
Hold on.
I was going through a
Just hold
divorce
on.
with the chat.
Hold on. Let me find... Someone get me the picture of the... Actually, someone already sent it on Twitter. Oh, why the hell...
Oh, are you talking about how they're reusing level design?
No. No.
We are way past that. And I just got here and I can tell we're way past that.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm
what
done
are you
talking
arguing
about... Well, hold on. Let me find it.
This is more chaotic than Evan's trip to
What the
Ukraine
fuck happened?
back in 2002.
The chat is like arguing like, no, it's D-pad. No, it's analog. Who fucking...
Oh, for light speed dash, it's
No,
D-pad.
no, we're not talking about... Yo, Victor really is trying... No, we're talking about the drift. Hold on.
He's trying to catch up. It's kind of like Victor. It's kind of like you know hopscotch. You know when you not hopscotch skipping. You know when you play that game where two people got a giant jump rope and you're waiting for your turn to get in there. You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait it out. Wait for your time to shine.
Everyone, shut up. We're gonna look at facts now. All right. D-pad down. Tips training area. Okay, so that's what it says. Drift. It's the down D-pad is drift. Okay, let me look here too. Is there
No,
anything
Sam,
drift
it's the
anywhere else?
analog.
Or no, wait. Let me see here. Hold on.
Okay,
No. All right. It is analog. Not down D. Down D-pad is everything under this section here. It is analog. So, okay. So Lonely Goomba, you were wrong.
Wait a minute. I can see why your chat was so divided visually.
This is why they were
confusing.
divided. This is confusing as fuck. Okay.
That is so funny.
All right. What?
You know what? This is exactly like they're optional. No, they're not.
Chat, I don't like how we're talking to each other. I think we need to relax and...
I feel like I walked in on my parents fighting.
No, so...
I think this is a sign
I
that we
mean,
should
I can't even fucking...
talking
Okay,
about
for
this.
anyone that thought it was down deep... Because here's the thing. I'm reading chat, and I'm just seeing what people are saying. Even Lonely Goomba were saying it was down D-pad. So I was like, okay, so it's down D-pad. But then people were saying it's
Yeah, well,
analog.
you said it was Adoy in the Sonic Movie 2
Literally,
trailer.
the only thing we should blame right now is this. This is... They should have put a space here, a line.
You said a doy.
Like we need to they need to they need to put a line here. Okay, so it is on the analog stick, right? Left stick lined up. All right, only in cyberspace stages with drift dash panels. Drift dash panels? There's a dash panel that turns you into drift mode? Is that what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Strange.
That sounds a lot
So-
like that automated from Forces stuff.
So
with the
what?
Avatar.
So what I'm saying is, okay. So if that's that's probably the case. So in this section here in Generations, you would drift around this corner. Is there a panel here where you get to go into drift mode? Let me look. I see moto bugs. I'm not seeing a dash panel. I'm not seeing any type of drift mode here. I would probably put a drift mode there if I was them. Very strange though. Okay. So. Okay. Alrighty. So. Yeah, it's colors.
Yep, and that kind of looks like Green Hill Zone.
It kind of. No, it's not. It's Emerald Hill.
Am I really late?
Okay. Okay. So what I'm saying is, right, which kind of goes back to exactly what I was saying, anyways. Is it feels like they're treating it more like colors. So let me go back to what I was saying though. Was that in sections like this, where you do have the drift in generations, and you don't have the drift here, where you can't. So essentially, you can't drift here. There's no drift section here. What I'm saying is, it does come off as more clunky than the original stage, than where it came from. You know what I mean? This is just a small section, though. So in that regard, I do think the point that Ellis Mark and Supersonic 68 brought up earlier is valid, right? And people are still saying it's the analog stick. Yes, but look at that little parenthesis. Only in cyberspace with drift dash panels. You cannot drift unless you touch a drift dash panel, okay? So you cannot drift whenever you want. It is in certain sections only, okay? So it's more like colors.
That's what Sam says, is you can drift anywhere.
Oh my god.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
So, did you know that that Cream the Rabbit's mom is the size of an average human mother?
Stop
Talking, man. You
That's why
stop
she's number 8 on the top 10 hottest female Sonic
You
characters
need to
list.
shut the hell up right now, Myra. Just don't talk. Okay.
Did you know who number 1 is?
Excited for Sonic Frontiers?
Hmm?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. How about you guys?
I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I am excited for Frontiers. I am going to get your thoughts on this later on.
Pick Evan from the call. Oh, guys, I just got here.
Jesus. They're probably talking about Wallace, Evan.
That's the joke. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Listen, all I'm saying, right?
You guys are so at each other's throats tonight.
Okay, back on Frontiers. So I love all
play.
my friends. I love all my friends. Sonic Frontiers is going to be the best anime I ever watched.
Okay.
Numero ucho, number 8.
Yo. Okay, so DesTube, I just saw the layout. Thank you so much for the donation. Sonic X Guy says Green Hell Zone. Thank you so much for the donation. Retrojet says, how's my favorite Ballantuber? Feels good being in a stream at the one and only Sam's Ballination station. Hope you're doing good and fine, my guy. Please don't see me after class. I need this grade. So Retrojet 2000, I will see you after class, and you will be in detention for at least 2,000 years. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. Let's get a heart in the chat for Retrojet. Thank you so much, dude. Luigi says, Sam, it's called a D-analog stick pads. What? D-analog stick pads.
You what?
I don't know what.
Hey,
what does that have to do? I don't care about the name. Point is, you need to hit a dash pad to then start drifting. My point is, it's completely related to sections only. Pointing out the obvious. That's his name.
Shanny.
Says, why would you drift if you have good control? What? No, that doesn't make any sense. I like drifting. Drifting does not replace. No, you could have good control and drift. No.
Can I have a hot take here? I really like that the boost is on the R trigger now.
I do think that is a good button placement because
Is that a hot take?
that's not a hot take because the reason why
Victor, what?
the reason
People would disagree with me.
no
I'm
the
sorry.
reason why I actually like it
That hot take was hotter than freaking like mild
no,
salsa.
so the reason why I like it on the trigger is because now you could hit the boost and have full control, because before when you hit the boost you'd have to take your thumb off the camera and go to the X button. And as a result, you would not be able to control your camera. But now, since it's on the trigger, you have full control of your camera at all times. I think that's a good idea. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb Hepner says, I would to see Kingdom. I think you meant to say, I want to see Kingdom Valley and Casino Park / Bingo Highway, and there would be a Shadow DLC. Also, will Sonic and Amy finally make out? Caleb Hepner?
Wow.
There's a reason that Amy was only number. There's a reason Amy was only number 10 on the top 10 hottest female Sonic characters list. It's not going to happen. Should have been Rouge the Bat. Actually, Shanny, I have a question
All
for
right.
you.
Hold on.
No, Sam has to say
Who
something
do
to
you
that.
think should have been the top 10? Who do you think should be the number 1 hottest female Sonic character? Just hypothetically speaking.
All right.
Wave the Swallow should have been number 1 because the only thing we need to see is her take wing.
Are we not going to ask
Exactly,
Sam what he
exactly.
thinks of this?
Well, Sam's just saying he's gonna.
That's his
He's gonna.
What the fuck?
Listen. He's just gonna be like, I don't want to answer it because he's too shy to say that Cosmos
Why
is
don't you let
favorite.
him say that?
Sam, then who do you think who should have been the top 10 hottest female Sonic character? Who do you think should be number 1?
Like a fart in the wind.
Let me put on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm turning on some clown music since you guys want to act like clowns. Listen.
I didn't do anything.
Listen.
What did I do?
Listen here. Listen. No, everyone shut up, all right? I'm done with this shit, all right? Listen. First off, I love you. But second, Caleb Hepner, I really hope you were joking because I don't have any opinions on that. I don't care about Son Amy. I said it. I'm just joking. No, they're not gonna make out. Caleb, I'm sorry to break your boat.
I just hope Sonic and Amy take wing.
But since you guys want to act like clowns, I'm gonna turn on this carnival music. Okay, listen.
At least put on Casino Night.
Regarding your want to see Kingdom Valley or Casino or Bingo Highway or Casino Park, I think that'd be cool. There being Shadow DLC would be cool, I guess, if he's not already in the game. I would just hope, you know, he fits to the story somehow, more relevance. You know what I mean? And I hope his DLC is bigger than what he had in Forces. All right, turning off the clown music now. Now, Caleb Ebner, thanks so much for the donation. Gus starts.
Who do you think was missing from the list, though, Sam?
What do you mean?
Wallace.
The top 10 female trust. Who do you think was missing on the list?
I
personally?
swear to God, bro. What? What? Bro, you know what? No more interruptions because I really want to get through this, and this stream's already gone over 2 hours, and I really want to make sure I get my points across.
I think Bunny was missing, honestly.
Shut the hell up! You stupid! Dumb!
Can I ask you a question, Sam?
No, mute everybody, Sam.
No, it's about Frontiers.
Why did everyone just jump in here and make chaos? What?
We all came to jump you.
Have you talked about people's opinions on the cyberspace levels?
I'm going to if one more person jumps into this call and has no idea what we've been talking about on stream for the past 2 hours, I am going to flip my shit. Yes, we talked about that stuff. You guys are late. I'm not dwelling on it anymore.
Should have been higher up, honestly.
Now, listen. God damn it. All right. Shut up. Everyone shut up. All right.
Like, seriously? Only number 8,
Caleb,
bro. At least we're top 3.
Caleb, thank you for the donation. Gus starts. Thank you. He says the drift sections before was because Sonic had bad turning, but now he has better turning, so the need for it is just for aesthetic look. Gus starts, I think you're absolutely wrong. I do not think the drift was because Sonic had bad control. I think the drift was a genuine mechanic of the gameplay. Sonic, the boost Sonic is about reaction. It's about having fun. And it's about, like, essentially, in a sense, it's almost like controlling a race car. That's like the Sonic gameplay. The drift was not a substitute for bad turning. The drift was a mechanic. That's my thoughts, Gus Arts. I do like the idea. I do like the idea of them having better control and sharper turning. I agree. But I don't think the drift was a replacement or was there because of bad turning. Gus Arts, thank you for the donation, though. Tarkus says, I love how chaotic the stream is. Thank you, Sam. I don't. Thank you for the donation. Rari2x says, look what I just messaged you on Twitter. Check your recent messages.
Do you think with the drift controls, if they're to tighten them more?
Don't.
Like,
he just messaged me the controller. No, I appreciate it, dude. We saw that. Thank you, though. Okay.
I just really need to see this game when it's released. I don't trust anything they put out.
Rufix Legacy Production says, I think 90% forgot that Sonic has a new super form in this upcoming title. I didn't forget. We just haven't seen anything about it, so there's nothing to really talk about. I think it's cool that he has a new super form. It's something new, unique.
Sonic has a new super form? What?
Yeah, based on the leaks, we know that there is going to be a new super form in this game. I think that's cool. We just haven't seen anything about it yet, so I'm not really going to talk about it quite yet, Rufix. I'll talk about it when we see something better, though. Thank you so much, Rufix.
I hope it's shit.
Wait for Nafer says, do you think that the combat will be difficult to get used to? I don't think so, no. I think even, you know, some of the Sonic games that had some of the most weird button layouts, for example, with, you know, Sonic Unleashed, where the homing attack was on a different button. That is the case for Frontiers, but even then for Unleashed, I got used to it. So I feel like it won't be hard to get used to. I think it'll just take time. Wait for Nafer, thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Mr. C. Willis says,
we won't be boosting everywhere accidentally.
Mr. C. Willis says, stream will stream always this crazy. Glad I could come by. Of course it is. Thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you all for the donos. Let me continue on with what we were talking about. I did see, I don't know where the footage is at, but it does look like we did have a drop dash in the game, and I think that's cool. I think it's great that we have a drop dash. I don't know where the footage is, but we do have a drop dash. That is cool.
I think I could probably find it on Twitter. I hope Sonic drop dashes into the heart of Amy Rose in this game, like the number 10 top 10 hottest female Sonic character.
Oh my god. Wallace, if you mention that video one more time, one more freaking time.
What are you actually gonna do about it?
Yeah,
the drop dash looked like it looked okay, but it looked like it was like a set motion. It didn't look like it had physics to it or anything.
I mean, we already know that we already know that physics are not in the control for Frontiers, and I think at that point I'm understanding of that. I'm moving past that. I understand that. Real quick, so I did talk about this, how this is the smartest thing Sonic Team has created in a long time, where you get to change his control. That's awesome. I do want to talk about this thing with the boss. There is a full video of this. I gotta find it. One moment here.
Oh, a boss fight came out? Just how much came out in terms of gameplay?
Lots. Did anyone get a look at the alleged bounce?
I'm so glad he came out.
Yes, I did hear as well that there is some sort of thing like a bronze bracelet. That does sound cool. I think that's great that we have that in the game. It expands his moveset. That's a good thing. So I do want to talk about this video. I want to talk about this video here.
Oh, this is the Dragon Ball-esque kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are we considering these spoilers? I was like retweeting some because like I cover news.
I mean, they're kind of all over Twitter. People didn't want to be spoiled. They probably wouldn't be watching the stream. But I will say, this is looks like a Titan boss, right? The same Titan boss we saw. Cool. I will say though, is the camera changing like that? Is that like is that like a I don't know. It's not a bad thing.
It looks like a Dutch angle style. That looks on purpose.
Yeah, it's very strange, but yeah, and then we have this moment where Sonic is home attacking it, clearly not doing anything to it, and then it cuts.
Punching.
It cuts to a cutscene where Sonic gets his shit rocked.
Homie attacks 7 times. What do you mean that didn't work? It always works. Dies.
I want to say this real quick. I'm hoping that in the open world that those stay destroyed just for sake of like.
That'd be really
right.
Cool.
That'd be cool. I hope so. We'll see.
Yo, I wish my chiropractor did that.
Oh man.
No, you don't.
So Sonic just straight up. Yeah, I do like this though. Sonic just straight up passes out. Get this dude's head out of the way.
I'm glad Sonic finally died, honestly. He had it coming. He's had it good for too long. Ever since Mephiles just nade his ass. It hasn't been the same since.
You know, I do. I think it looks cool. Seriously, I do.
I think right before that scene, Sonic says,
even though
whatever, kid, I gotta go to work.
I will say, even though the graphic wise, it's probably the same level of forces with the cutscenes, it does look like they are animating them more. They're not stationary. Stuff is actually happening.
Wait, moves. I feel the exact opposite. I feel like graphically, it's obviously better, but animation. Well, yeah, no, I don't see much improvements for the in-game cutscenes.
By when I mean by that, I mean like the fact that they're doing the cutscenes in-game, not really CGI. I could have worded that totally better. You're absolutely right. It does feel like it is slightly better than Forces, especially the facial animations. It looks like they are.
No, you're misunderstanding me. What I'm saying is graphically, I think it is of course improved.
Yeah.
That over Forces, but I just mean the animations, like movements. I don't really see much improvement.
Really?
From Forces.
I feel like
kind of the same.
I don't know. In Forces, I saw Sonic always his face never really changed, but in this game, I'm seeing
actually move in these cutscenes.
Do they really?
Well, I'm not seeing so much eyebrow movement. I'm seeing more of the eyelid, like just kind of like doing what they did in Forces, but I am seeing more of it. That's my point. I'm seeing more of it, and that is good. We'll see how it is, though. We'll see.
It's like slight difference, but yeah.
There is. Let me go to it. There was. We already saw this one. There was a cutscene with Eggman. Very short. What is this? Oh, this is the cutscene with Amy I mentioned, or that people mentioned, and I'm sure this is probably right after you save her. So I totally get that. I guess a part of me is still a little disappointed that the CGI stuff we saw in the trailer, I don't think is going to be the cutscenes in the game. That's something I did mention. So.
Yeah, but with the way technology is in games now, they shouldn't need to do CGI.
Yeah, but the CGI just
CGI like stuff anymore. Like they can do all of that stuff in cutscene, like in game.
Okay, but even this, I will say this. This is a good example right here, Evan. Facial stuff like this.
Good expression.
Oh, it's the eyebrows, though. It's the eyelids.
I know. They're moving the eyelids rather than the eyebrows. I get it.
So, guys, I watched all this, and I'm aware of this scene, and I still looking right at this, dead in the face. I'm telling you, I saw similar stuff in Forces, and I see the chat is divided on it too. So I feel like this is one of those things.
I'm with Evan on that also. Like everyone sat there. It was just like when he emoted in Forces, everyone was praising Forces for it, and then now they're saying it's bad, and it's this one. But like animation wise, it still to me doesn't look that impressive.
There's something really funny.
It's serviceable. Like I like the cutscenes. I'm excited for the story. I'm not saying anything like that.
There's something really funny
looks just like every other Sonic game.
About that zoom out with Eggman. It's just like, somebody help him.
Yeah, that looks funny. And I agree with that, Shani, in that they look. I think people are really excited to see a serious looking story, and they see the art direction, and they're kind of getting the idea of the vibe Forces or Frontiers is putting out there. And I think you see what you want to see too, right? And that is going to play a role in discussions online. You can't, we're trying to figure out the reason why the division happens, and a lot of it is going to be you see what you want to see. And so you're going to see these cutscenes in a better light if it's more reflective of how you see Sonic.
I can't really read out what it's saying down there, but I do see the word digital dimension right here.
Yeah.
So there's that. I've
explained.
It's or
not explained. I don't know. We can't barely make it out, but
it's a lot clearer at the beginning. If you one frame it when he shows up.
Nah, it's really not clear.
No.
Right when it shows up, Sam.
No, it's still not clear. Whatever. All right. Well, I mean, there's that. Looks cool. I like seeing more characters. I like seeing like Big here. I do like that. I know people make jokes, but I do genuinely like that.
I'm juiced up on Big being back, I'll be honest.
Let me see what this one is. I think this is the ninja, right? Yeah. I will say this enemy looks cool and it looks like actual fun to fight. There's a good amount of parrying and dodging you have to do in this fight, and I do like that. It makes it very interactive. Oh, good amount of... You could really hear it in this one. Camera, 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 camera.
They want to be able to check their Discord notice, Victor.
Wait, let me go back, because I had one headphone out, but I could hear the music in the other one. Hold on.
There is a perfect 15-minute gameplay video on YouTube.
It's kind of like...
I'll show it. It's Game Explain.
Directly.
Music's giving me Batman vibes.
Yeah, there is music. I can't really make it out, but it does sound good because it sounds like it is using real instruments. Like it's dynamic, and I do like that. It doesn't sound... Oh, we got a gear here.
Yeah, it didn't abruptly end the song when the battle ended.
Yeah. That's good. I do like that. It's not Game Explain. Oh, hold on. Let me see here.
I mean, like, in the combat, for me personally, it still doesn't look interesting. Like, I guess it's gonna be...
up the animations a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, animation and gameplay, like, it's gonna be one where I have to play it.
Real quick, I do see people already mentioning that there was no CG in Generations either. It wasn't good then either. That's not a good excuse. I didn't like it then either. Generations cutscenes looked awful.
There's a lot of weird pass off, and I guess it's just depends on like like where you stand with Sonic and stuff, but it's like you've already talked about the cyberspace, but it almost looks 1-to-1 with older games, and like people are defending it now based on story. I don't know. There's like a lot of weird like.
So there is this 15-minute gameplay here from Game Explain, even though people were yelling it's not Game Explain. This is 15 minutes right here of Game Explain footage. We could watch this one too. Let me go back to the very start.
Oh, I thought it was direct feed.
I was gonna be like, oh well.
So you could change the game settings. Recommended for those who want
Billy,
challenge battles.
Mask.
Challenge, okay. You just hit 42K? What do you mean?
Hey,
Subscribers? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Oh, nice. Thank you, guys.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
Awesome.
I will say the materials on Sonic look fucking awesome. I love the fur texture, how it resembles, like, what is it? It's like a felty toy kind of texture.
I do like,
toys.
even though he is popping out from his surroundings, I do like the lighting. Yeah, Doro, I could see. Why is this guy looking like he could hear me? Every time I'm talking, he's like looking at me and shaking his head.
He's your favorite procrastinator.
Yeah, but I do like how... Bro, what? Why are you looking at me like that? What the fuck?
Yeah, bro, what's your problem?
No, it looks cool.
I love how
You
it's
suck at Sonic Frontiers.
He's not happy
I'll say
because he
something-
has to play Sonic.
I'll say something nice about Forces and alternatively Frontiers, or by extension Frontiers. I like how they added this like bright glow to Sonic's green eyes. And
Whoa, wait,
Forces,
wait. I'm looking at the background right now. Fuck this one. Look at this. Look on. That was interesting.
Well, through your Discord screen share, that's about
Yeah.
a total of 100 pixels.
Let me...
This whole
Okay.
No. Have you been showing your whole screen this time? Like this whole time?
Brother. Does it look better now?
Oh, I'm so dumb. I've been here for like 2 hours, not looking at anything.
Yeah, I could tell because you're always delayed on what you're talking about. Do you does that look better, guys?
I'm just old, man.
Whatever.
Yeah, it looks better.
I mean-
It's gonna go down quick.
Okay. Let me look at this here. So, look at how these enemies come in. This is pretty cool. So they don't just pop up. They have like a little intro cutscene here for them. They come through this portal.
It's like how like motherfuckers from Ohio like enter a room.
That's pretty cool. I like that. A little quick introduction to each type probably they're gonna have.
Oh, did you guys already talk about how the loading screens seem to be like little tutorials?
Oh, is it like little hints and stuff?
It seems to just teach you a random thing.
I like that.
Puts you in a white void and says like, do this button to attack, and then Sonic can actually do it right away.
It's like how Bayonetta like did their loading screens.
Okay, so people are screaming at me already to watch this person instead. Hold on. Let me see what they have here. Is this guy's footage better?
Was this the same one? Because the guys had to keep putting him away.
Here, I'm gonna stop the music.
Look at the size of that feller. What are you laughing for?
That's a huge guy. Oh,
Sonic should just punch the shot right there.
Oh yeah, this is where the scene I was
you
talking about.
leave immediately.
What? He
whatever.
did it in the
Where did you
trailer. It
come
can't be
from?
that
Are you
bad.
trapped too? Are you trapped too? Sonic is asking Sage. Hold on, wait. I do like Sonic's facial animations though. They do seem more expressive. They are using his eyebrows. They are. They
I'm
are.
under the impression that Sage is not in control.
This guy's hair comes in at the worst time, but no, they are animating quite well. I am not as good as they could be, but I can nitpick all day, but that is an improvement. This does look like an improvement.
I will say that particular cut is a little bit more motion than I'm used to. But see, like that, for example, like
What did he?
I definitely see the increase in budget, but I would not be surprised to discover this is just the same animator, but given more time.
Okay, I do want to read the dialogue. So you leave immediately. Sonic says, "Where did you come from? Are you trapped too?" Each part referring to his friends. Do not approach the Titan. Sonic is going to approach the Titan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry, kid, but I've got a job to do. Oh, his cockiness is going to be his downfall. Yeah, Sonic is... If we are fortunate, it will destroy you. Oh, wow. Okay. Sonic is going to be probably portrayed as... I think people mentioned it. Sonic will most likely kind of be portrayed as like the villain of the story. You know what I mean? That'll be interesting. Well, this guy's freaking amazing, beautiful hair! He probably used Pantene. I do not want to see it, though. Can you move a little to the left?
I mean, you could also go with the theory of...
Okay,
like...
so this is when it... Okay, so then it cuts to an in-game part that is more interactive. That's actually cool. That is why it's doing that camera moments, because they know you're gonna... This is gonna be nothing. This is simply... just to have you interact with the cutscene. I do like that. That is cool. They could, because this is something they could have very easily just animated. They didn't have to do this, but I do like that.
That was instantaneous too.
It was instantaneous, yes.
That's nice.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be punching and kicking right now.
It doesn't matter.
He's like, yeah, that totally worked. Oh, it didn't. He's so used to the enemy dying from one homing attack.
The enemy thing could also be the theory of is that since you're in another area, that the more that Sonic does things to release friends, it's
fucking guy.
It's destroying.
This guy is just doing this
the island
the entire time. He's just like rocking back and forth. He's so happy to see Sonic Frontiers. He will not stand still. Look at him. Stop!
My man is gyrating at the thought of Sonic Frontiers.
He's trying to talk to someone.
Yeah, he's having a time with his friend, guys. Please.
Okay, that's cool. No, that was a no. That looks cool. I honestly, that does. I don't hate how they're portraying it. Honestly, I don't hate it.
They could be a thing where as you play it, when you're playing with Sonic and stuff, and you're doing missions, you're also probably deteriorating the island at the same time. And if it's given dimensionally, then the inhabitants of this island perceive you as the bad guy. Because if your ultimate goal happens, you will essentially delete like wherever this island belongs to.
Well, I don't know if you're going to deteriorate the island, because that will give you less gameplay options. I think it's actually going to be...
Well,
like,
I mean...
I think the villain is going to be ambiguous so that Ian Flynn can flex his, like, look, I know Sonic's morals. Let's play around with, like, how Sonic can trust his gut, even though he doesn't know who the bad guy is. And I think they're going to play around with morality and that. But the world I actually think is going to... Yeah, but we won't know what... I mean, it'll be obvious enough for marketing purposes that Sage is the antagonist, so people can digest it and buy the game, know what to expect. However, it'll be ambiguous to Sonic so that he can flex his character traits. But the world I think you're going to build, it actually will, like, expand. I did actually see a bridge being built, so my theory was correct.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. So, if you've ever seen it, there was, like, the really old Back to the Future, like, Traveler Tales game. There's a segment in it where one of the docs from another dimension is a bad guy who perceives Marty as a bad guy because if Marty succeeds in restoring time, it deletes his dimension.
Yeah, so it's probably legitimately doing something.
What happened there?
Like Sonic saving his friends is doing something to Sage or something bad. Yeah.
The big reset.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup. It's got us talking about it, which is what we've been waiting for forever. Sorry, Forces wasn't interesting enough. Generations was
I don't think you need to
not
apologize for that.
interesting.
Lost Worlds, we haven't even brought it up. That's how uninteresting it was.
It needs like a narrative.
Turn the camera, bro!
I hope the story is good, but if the majority of the game is just kind of whatever to me, like, then it becomes a push. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that.
It's kind of like playing Persona 3.
Okay, did he charge up what was it? It looked like a super peel out for a second. Hold on, let me look at that again.
What? Super peel out?
I don't know, he went from not moving to full speed. What is that? Is he charging something?
The game.
No, because his character's still moving. It almost looks like a super peel out.
Could have been a dodge.
Was that the parry?
I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. All right, go up the arm, turn the camera so you can see. Turn the camera, turn the camera, turn the camera. Thank you. There you go. No, wait. All right, there you go. You did it. Look.
Is the sun rising as this fight goes on?
Oh yeah, no, the island has like a day and night cycle. Looks like so.
Rewind a little bit. Rewind.
Why?
Right when that boss gets defeated, what's that little notice that pops up? After training simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Training simulator. So
think of it like
yeah,
the temples and
it's probably just
like the temples in PS2 New Genesis. Like as you
specifically.
As you progress through the story, like more stuff will start unlocking on the islands. Is probably what that is. Or there could be a thing where, like, as you, because a lot of stuff is right. It's cyber. They talk about like cyberspace a lot. So data. You know what I mean?
By the way, chat, I will be reading the donations after. So my assumption right here is this is after the first Titan introduction. He's knocked out. Oh, they just skipped that? Really, bro? Really? You serious? All right.
They probably already played it and then they skipped.
You already saw that cutscene, Sam.
Did I? Or I thought maybe that would have happened after the Titan thing.
That's when he wakes up in the rain and he goes, I guess I was the only one that made it out of there.
Oh, so this isn't after the Titan. Okay. Well, in that case, let me go to this one real quick, because I want to see the cutscene as well. So
you can read that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go eat dinner. Enjoy Sonic Frontiers, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, Evan.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, I have to head out too, because I have to work on some stuff. I've been putting it off for a while.
Alrighty.
But thanks for letting me bug you for a few hours. Had fun. Take care, everyone.
Alrighty, peace, Wallace.
Bye.
Alright. Tails, Amy.
Was this man having a bad day at Gamescom?
Guys, stop.
What? I was just saying. He looks upset.
It looks like I'm the only one who made it out of there. Out of that. Whatever it was. Okay, so something clearly happened with Amy and Tails before this. Mortal. You have done the impossible. You have escaped cyberspace through your own power. You are
the
key.
Oh, I am the key master. Are you the gatekeeper?
Key, huh? Sure, beats being called a rodent.
There's Lourdes posted something. I don't know if you already saw it, where it's.
Finally,
she didn't know if it was new or
tear
not,
down
but
the walls between dimensions. Okay.
I'll be right back.
But Lourdes posted something that was Sonic Frontiers full demo gameplay.
Where?
In mute.
All right, I'll go to that in a second. Wait, that's the same one I have up.
Oh, is it?
That's the same one I already have. I think this person just took it from this guy.
Probably.
That, or vice versa. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What we have right now is cool.
Some direction is better than none.
Okay, so let me go back. So after that cutscene, let me go back to this one, since this is more full screen. So that's the drop dash right there. So it looks like you, so I know why, so I know that there is discussion about it feeling a little clunky or feeling weird. So you don't do it exactly like a drop dash, because in the drop dash in Sonic Mania, you have to jump and then press and hold the button. In this one, you have to press it twice and then hold, because Sonic has a double jump. So you have to press it 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. So that might need some getting used to. You press 3 buttons. That's, ooh, that was a nice little animation. When he stops, hold on. That's cool. That's a cool animation. When you abruptly change direction while going fast. And yeah, that looks like stomp, stomp. And you have like some sort of like electric effect. Whoops. You have some sort of electric effect when he stomps. That's cool. Press 3 buttons. Get the thing. Training simulator. Alright, homing attack is the X button.
Ist okay, dass du schnell unten bist. Ja.
more drop dash. That's cool. This guy's actually utilizing some of Sonic's. He's definitely played Sonic games before. I like that. Okay, so this is the cutscenes we saw before. That's cool. A little introduction to these guys. So a single homing attack did destroy them there, but they probably get stronger over time. Alternate pathways.
It's an open world, so I'd hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that circle next to him is clearly stamina. That only pops up when he boosts, so that's what that is in 2D sections as well. We got the ninja. I do like this enemy, and I think I mentioned it before, but I do like this enemy because you actually have to really utilize parrying and to defeat him, so that's cool. Got your gear.
Yeah, did I miss anything?
No, we're just going through the gameplay. So...
Ooh, I dig that.
Enter the statue.
We got really cool puzzles. Just walk up to them.
Do you use like your McDonald's Sprite glove to move the statues?
Right.
I did hear it, Alex. I did hear it. It sounded cool. You got your skill tree, which I know there's pictures of. I will say, and I don't play many open world games, so I'm not one to judge, but from the games I've saw, does this skill tree look a bit small? Maybe it grows over time. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it grows over time. Maybe you need to upgrade each individual thing over time.
I'm okay with it being small if it's their first time doing it.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if it was something that was legit or not, but somebody showed a thing where like you could upgrade the skills.
Erwin,
there was like a very high level.
People are free. Thank you, Erwin, for the donation. By the way, I want to point out that I will read donations in a second here. I know people are like, "Oh my God, is that $1,000?" No,
it's like $7.
That's $7. I do want to mention that is a lot because in their currency, wherever they're from, is probably a lot. That's why it's color coded. But thanks so much, Erwin, for the donation.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah. Here I could probably catch up on donos real quick here. Thank you so much, Rufix. Wait for Nafer. Thank you, Luigi. Luigi says, you know what happened last time you blasted loud? I don't know what that means. Luigi, thank you. Victor McKnight has become a member. Thank you, Victor. Who's that? I don't know. Popcorn says it's pronounced Hydra City.
I'm unsubscribing.
You're right. Thank you. Quaker DX, thank you for the donation. Mr. C. Willis says the stream's always this crazy. Glad I could come by. Thank you, Mr. C. Merchanoid says, anyone here really dislike Amy? I'm more of a Sonic X Blaze shipper myself, especially because of what happened in BK. On a different note, though, someone in the chat pointed out how each island is named after a Greek god. Storybook series continued? I don't think it's a storybook series continued. They're not going to continue a series that's, like, wasn't taken that well or seed that well. But I don't care about shipping. I'm not into that, so I don't really care. But, yeah. I hope we see Blazo in the game. Yo, Josh Gunner says, Sam, can you send me the cash for this donation? No. Thank you so much for the donation. I don't know why you would ask that while donating. Sonic Pip says, your Origins reaction was fake and you know it. What? What are you talking about?
Fake fan.
Fake fan. Thank you so much for the donation, Sonic Pip. Luigi says, did you say that there's a new Super Sonic form? Yeah, that's something that's been pretty widely known. We don't know what it is or what it looks like, but there does seem to be some sort of new form. Luigi, thank you. Quaker DX says you should try Spark 3. It checks a lot of the boxes. I've heard so. Thank you so much, Quaker. Sonic Hub says new footage looking much better / more promising. Yeah, it does. I do. Again, I like the open world aspect, and the new footage did make me more excited. Seriously, thank you so much. Renji, thank you. Liam says finally 60 FPS cutscenes. Were the other ones not at 60 FPS? Well, it does look smooth, but thank you so much, Liam. Thank you so much, the leader, who says putting Sonic's beat down alongside the gameplay is great, and exactly what Infinite was missing throughout all of Forces as an unstoppable villain. I had no real thoughts on Infinite. Infinite just kind of came and went. Infinite was never, it was very bizarre, but I'm hoping Sage will have more of an impact. And so far, Sage does have more of an impact than Infinite did. To the leader, thank you. Erwin says, I'm incredibly excited for all the things I saw in the demo. At this point, the nitpicking doesn't bother me anymore. Even more, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but Azuga's willingness to make an Adventure 3 still echoes in my ears. Should this be the way to go? Regarding the open world format, I think that's good. I think that's fine. I mean, even Sonic Adventure, when it was released and the time it was released, that world was big for the time it was released. That game was made in 1998, released in 1999. Okay? Think about how big that world is in comparison to the games we had. So technically, yeah, if they do want to make an Adventure 3 and have a hub world like Adventure, it needs to be bigger. It needs to be our version of open world. So this technically is the way to go if they want to go down that road with the next adventure game. Thank you so much, Erwin, for the donation, and thank you so much for that incredibly generous donation. I do appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. Hearts in the chat for all the donos. Yeah, this skill tree does look cool though. I haven't played much open world games, but Meme of Frick, thank you so much for being a member. Maybe there's more to unlock, or you have to rank up each individual stat you unlock in that tree. So you could just side loop this entire thing here. I wonder if there's a limit to that side loop and how big you can make it.
I'm willing to bet you can upgrade the length.
Right. And clearly, yeah, it looks like you get more of the map loaded in doing this, so that looks cool. This all looks nice and cool. Got some more enemies here. Try the side loop while moving.
Oh, that can be.
All cool. Could combo these guys.
Oh, wow.
So if you guys could tell, those guys were harder to defeat. Those were the same enemies as before, but they took more hits. So the enemies do evolve over time. How long have I been live for? Probably 3 hours now.
Oh wow, really? I missed out on a lot. I gotta say the combat looks really good.
Especially for a Sonic game, it's definitely more dynamic, and I do appreciate that. And yeah, if you look on the bottom left here, you could see you're all level 1, your shield, your speed, your power, probably stamina that is on top. That stuff could be upgraded over time, which is great to see. It's kind of like Unleashed in that way, but it's probably more so like you evolve by getting your skill points by defeating stuff rather than having to buy them in a shop like in Unleashed, which is good. I do like that. Connor's Crash says, hey Sam, hope you're having an awesome day. What's your opinions on the gameplay so far? What's your favorite part of the game that you've seen? My favorite part of the game so far have been the open world, more so than the cyberspace. I think the open world is where this game really shines. I do think some of the bosses we've seen, like this boss in particular, and the new boss we saw in the sand world look interesting, and really utilizes Sonic's parry moves and skills. I think that's where the game really shines, is being able to really utilize Sonic's moveset in combat. That's something that I feel like the games have been lacking recently in the last couple of years, and I feel like this game is really trying to hone in on that. So that is something I am looking forward to in this game. So yeah, essentially the open world and the islands. So I hope that we get to see more of those. That's where the gameplay shines for me. What were you saying, Victor?
I hope we can fight those Titans and other boss fights in the open world. I hope we can fight them multiple times.
Yeah, same. And Zora the Fox says, Sam, my donation didn't show up last stream. Last stream? Oh god, no. Hold on.
You bully. You dare betray your #1 fan?
I'm gonna try to look briefly. Okay, no, it's not gonna. I'm sorry, bud, but it is so buried at this point. I don't know if I could look for it in a reasonable time. I do apologize for that. but I do thank you for the donation. Can we get a heart spam in the chat for Zoro the Fox? I'm so sorry I missed that, dude. I try to read every single donation. I don't often skip any. In fact, people always yell at me for how long I take on donations. I'm really sorry about that. I really hope you're okay, man. Thank you so much for the donos. I appreciate your support. Heart spam in the chat for Zoro the Fox. I appreciate you, buddy. Sorry I missed it.
Victor.
I could probably try to hunt it down, but it's gonna take time, and I don't know if I should do that on stream. Connor's Crash, thank you for being a member. Divine, thank you so much for the donation as well. Thank you guys for the support to the channel. Seriously, you guys are great, and I appreciate your guys' constant supporting me and letting me do this as my job. I appreciate it. And thank you also, by the way, all jokes aside and how jokingly heated we got, I do appreciate you guys being here and being able to have a conversation. Even though I know people really take Sonic games seriously and people, feel like they have to defend it with their life, I think it's okay to have a conversation on stuff we may like and things we may not like, or things that we may have concerns for. So it's all a conversation.
If there's something I know about, it's having a really good discussion about disliking a Sonic game.
Oh my god. But yeah, no, I do appreciate you guys having this discussion with me and supporting me, and you guys being mature enough to handle that. I know not a lot of people in this community like talking about that stuff, or they feel the need to defend the series with their life. I was just like that, but no, I feel like it's important that we get to have a discussion with an open mind. In the end of the day, though, I mean, I'm excited for Frontiers. Oh shit. Well, yeah, so the boost on the RT, that makes sense.
I cannot stress how much I love how the camera zoomed out and the boost isn't blurring 90% of the screen.
That is another thing, yeah. The boost.
This feels like a boost title that I can actually enjoy because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, the boost effects, I will say that about, as much as I love Unleashed and Generations, I do agree the boost effects can sometimes be a little, especially when you're first playing the game, it can make it hard to see what's coming up. This boost effect kind of just being more of so like a FOV change and a very light speed lines, I think works well. You're still really able to see what's going on compared to other Sonic games.
What do you think is going to be more so the main part of the game, the cyberspace levels or the hub worlds?
No, I mentioned this already. Clearly, if you look at what they're like, what are they?
Hub worlds, open worlds.
What are they prioritizing in the trailers? They're prioritizing the open world. Cyberspace is. I already mentioned this countless times. Cyberspace is the special stages of this game. They are not the meat of this game. The meat of this game is the open world. That is what they're prioritizing. That's what they're prioritizing in the trailers. That's all they talk about. The meat of the game is the open world. I will say this though. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
They're stretching. No, I do like this. I do like to see that. It's the same thing I liked with Shadow the Hedgehog. Was the combat in that game. Shadow was very stretchy. And so I do like that. Okay.
You stretch. Go get your stretch and pull Sonic now. They still sell those, right?
Mm-hmm. What'd you say?
The stretchy Sonic toys?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
every
they do.
time I go to Target, I see it. I think every single Target I've been to, I've seen it. It just haunts me.
I think we have already seen this gameplay, but it's pretty cool. This is I think this is taking it is taking parts of Windmill Isle Act 2, I believe. So yeah, take that for what it is, but at the very least, it looks engaging. It's not automated. I will give it that. I will say this too, and I don't know if I maybe didn't make this clear. Even though I'm not a fan of them taking aspects from games we've already played, by that I mean actual level layouts, even though I'm not a fan of it, it's not my preferred thing, I will say if they are going to copy something, at least they are copying it from games with good level design. I will say that at the very, very least, even though I would prefer new stuff.
I'm not going to praise them on that front.
What?
I'm not going to praise them on that front because to me, it just feels like a shortcut.
Well, we already discussed that. I believe the same thing. I'm just saying at the very least, if they are going to take the level assets, or not just level assets, but specific level layouts from past games at the bare minimum, bottom of the barrel. At the very least, they are taking it from good level design, levels that people inherently liked. I'm happy for that, because that is a difference, I'll say, so far compared to Forces, is this is not automatic. You have to be engaged. Like, if you did not real switch there, you would have fell off, you would have died. You know what I mean? So yeah, I will give it, at the very least, that. And again, Victor, I would recommend just watching the VOD for my full thoughts, but yeah, I'll just restate real quickly. I'm not a fan of them reusing that stuff, but it doesn't really take away my excitement for the game, because these are, again, more so the special stages. The meat of the game is still the open world, and that's my...
That's another thing I wanted to mention. I don't think they're gonna be full stages, but Green Hill lasted like a minute. And I was like, wow, okay. So I am glad on that front that they're short and sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that Sky Sanctuary one was just 1 minute. For that guy, 1 minute.
But it looks like each stage, or special stage rather, is gonna have challenges too, which I'm kind of down for.
That's a cool way to load in the bridge, though. That looks cool.
Wow, a bridge.
That actually does look cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Did you talk about the drop dash yet? Because I think there were like...
Yeah, Zora the Fox. I discussed all of that in the VOD. I really recommend watching the VOD. But
oh, he did that flip again.
I mentioned, so mentioning that Generations reused level assets is not a good argument, because that was new back then. That's when using nostalgic stuff was new to the series. It was not intrusive yet. The only game that did it beforehand was Sonic 4, where that just did some light reuse of the graphic ideas. Generations was, in and of itself, was cool, and it was, the way they did it was unique. Seeing classic zones for the first time in 3D, or adventure stages returning for the first time, was exciting. So saying Generations did it, so this game could do it, is not a good analogy, I would say, especially considering that since then we did have Sonic 4 Episode 2 and Sonic Mania, and now Sonic Forces that did the exact same thing. And again, as I mentioned, again, rewatch the VOD. I totally implore you to watch the VOD. But with Sonic Mania, that game was $20. That game did have some changes to the level design in each level. And while I will say too, again, as I mentioned earlier on in the stream, the weakest parts of Sonic Mania that a lot of people said was the reuse of the levels. So, it still, even then, was the low point of Mania. Even though Mania was still fun and great, people still didn't like the reuse of levels in Mania. So again, that doesn't really justify that this game is doing it. And again, after Mania, we had Forces, which did the exact same thing. So I don't think it justifies it, looking at older games.
It wasn't exactly the low point of Mania. It was people's biggest disappointment for Mania. A low point would be that it was bad, and it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. That wasn't a low point. No, people didn't say Mania was bad.
Yeah, the biggest disappointment. The biggest disappointment for fans in Mania was the reuse stage. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, so even though inherently, like, the low point for Mania is still a good in the grand scheme of things, it is still a low point. You know what I mean? So he collects all the Cocos. He got the vault key. He's probably getting the emerald now. Yes, he is. Cool.
Oh, I never saw this. Cool. And he puts it in his pocket.
And it looks like we go straight into a boss fight. Wow. So yeah, this is all like a tutorial thing, giving you a rundown of how things work, so that's good. What did that unlock? More the... Oh. I like how the rails came in. They didn't just pop in there. You guys saw that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they like... Oh, man.
So doing that unlocks more of the map. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Ooh, I like that square aesthetic. That's really cool. What is... So, this is a tutorial segment, obviously. Is there anything like guiding you? Any person?
Asura? What were you saying?
Is there any, like... Is there any guiding voice for Sonic at this point in the game? Or?
Early on in the cutscene, he was like talking to someone in the sky, saying to save, like, get the Chaos Emeralds. So. Yeah, yeah, another AI voice probably. Because, yeah, I know early on in the older IGN stuff, I think, there was an AI voice that was older sounding saying, use the gear to open the door, something like that. So I believe that's probably the voice probably talking to him, you know?
Was it like Pokemon narrator?
I don't know. But we did see this boss, so I'm going to kind of skip through it. They take a while on this, goddamn. Oh no, the impossible puzzle. Okay.
It would be cool if you had to like memorize the tiles on that instead of them showing the pattern.
Yeah. Yo, the Teagle! Oh, Amy. And this was that confirmation I put on Twitter a little bit ago that it looks like that CGI cutscene we saw will not be used in the game. That was just for the trailer, because we just saw it here in-game cutscene graphics, which is a little disappointing. Oh, okay. So there's that. Let me see what other things they have here. Because that's their full gameplay. They got chemical plant, which I think we already saw this footage, so I'm not gonna look at that again. We have the ninja battle and a full introduction to Sonic Frontiers. We did see all that. We already saw all that. Did the game explain thing have anything different? Because this stuff is all the introduction that we just saw. So that seems to be really it, because these people have a 15-minute limit. But yeah, that looks like a lot of the gameplay. Let me look on Twitter and see if there's anything new. But at that point, I could just give my final thoughts here. Let me look here. Let me put this music back up. I like seeing Big return. That's awesome. Very interesting hands-on impression of Sonic Frontiers. So this is a hands-on impression someone had. So my friend is currently at Gamescom and they had a mission, Test Frontiers. Now my friend is neither a Sonic fan nor is he a Sonic hater. He has played some games, but not all of them, so his opinion on the game should be unbiased in any direction. That said, I gave him a list of things he should try or check out for me. How does Sonic handle on the ground? Does he feel laggy, or when he's doing sharp turns, like in the Boost games, or does he feel snappy, like in the adventure games? Do slopes have effect on Sonic's speed? Is it getting quicker when he's moving down slope, or is he getting slower when he's moving up slope? Does movement speed translate into jumps, especially when jumping uphill or jumping at the peak? Okay, so that makes sense. So here's his impressions. Sonic did handle great on the ground, and it was more snappy than laggy, so it is more like the adventure games, which, by the way, I will mention already, if you guys weren't here earlier, we did show a screenshot which you have full control over his turn speed, his speed in general, his jump height,
So nice.
which is nice. I love that. So if you don't like a particular style, you could change it, which is great that they added. So that's great that it looks like control. Running down slopes did speed up Sonic by a large margin. Speeding up slopes did slow him down a bit. Okay, so that's pretty good. He is unsure about the jump question, so no concrete answer given yet. He also said that from the two different gameplay styles you can choose from, the action style is for beginners, while the speed style is more for the experienced players. He himself did enjoy the speed style a lot more. If he added anything to his impressions or capture some footage, he will update the post. If you have any questions for him, okay, so that sounds good. All right. Proof that he was there and played the game. Guess I could show screen caps from my Discord, but since we both talk in German, there was not a lot there. That would not help much. Did he Okay, so yeah, so they probably showed like proof. Yeah, they showed proof. Okay, cool. All right. I mean, there's no reason to not believe them. I mean, we know this stuff is like there. But very cool.
Every rumor is real.
I'm gonna look back on my thread to see if there's anything I may have missed.
Has any footage of like Big shown up? I know there's the picture, but has anyone like actually captured him like moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture of Big. Yeah.
What? I want to see it. I want to see the boy.
Are you looking at my screen capture? My screen share?
That's what made me think of it. Yeah.
Hold on.
Now.
The side loop to unlock Amy's heart token makes sense. That's the Eggman one right here.
Big.
Ah, the boy. He's in HD. Look at him.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he's showing him how to fish, so that's really cool.
I like Big.
I like Big too. That's why I was asking. I wonder if anyone's like actually gotten footage of him moving. It'd be cool to see that, but...
Have I mentioned I played Adventure recently?
Okay. Trying to see if
Did
there's
you know Sam
anything
hates that game?
Shut up.
What?
Sorry.
Okay.
But how could you hate Adventure too? I mean, what?
Okay, I'm not looking.
What? Adventure 2? No.
I'm
Sam,
not
the
seeing...
sequel, he hates Adventure too.
Not seeing anything else here. We've seen the full demo. We know that Eggman is just looking around. I saw that one. Chemical plant.
But
we did.
That Eggman clip looks like... Does that look like
it's the same
CG, or...
No, it's in game. I saw it.
No, is it in game? Okay.
Yeah. We saw all this. Is this new? Please cover how the cyberspace levels are the same generations. I already did. Make sure you watch the VOD. I don't want to dwell on it too much. I don't think we should focus too much on that again, since that probably isn't the majority of the game anyways.
Sorry about my dog in the back.
You're all good. Yeah, this guy did a drawing. It looks cool. Actually, it does look cool. Oh my god. Cool. Yeah, I think that's it. It's all people sent. It's all she wrote. I'll give my final thoughts real quick, okay, guys? So, oh, sorry, let me catch up on donations real quick, actually, because I probably didn't. So I did cover Zora the Fox mentioning generations. Continuing my message from the last dono, but yes, I do agree and get what you mean by the discussion. Oh, Crazy Gamer says, I agree on the discussion, but keeping in mind that you're reading what you are seeing on screen, which comes from typing skills being thought out from the very big brain. So technically, scientifically accurate, we are not speaking voice to voice. I'll continue my message, but yes, I do agree with what you mean by discussion. Yeah, definitely. Divine, thank you so much for the donation. Cryptic Gamer, thank you as well. Thank you.
Somebody posted a video of the egg shuttle or whatever it's called.
Thank you so much, Connor Scratch. What egg shuttle?
You know, it's like a little
colors.
No, it looks like something that would be part of the egg shuttle. It's in Frontiers. It's like the little DBZ looking buildings.
Can you post it, please?
I guess.
What the brother?
See if it's legit or not. It looks like it is because it's on.
Okay.
Why is that not helping with the thumbnail?
Put it in mute when you can.
Oh yeah, this is legit. It is. Yeah.
Let me look
like a little piece of the.
Let me look here.
Let us go inside.
Eggman text seems abandoned though. Still, better keep on my toes. Okay.
So your numbers, Eggman.
Collect Amy's memory tokens.
Can you Can you go inside? I know he definitely mentions it, but interesting. It's clearly something to do with the story more so. Conrex Crash, thank you for being a member, by the way. Appreciate you. Divine, thanks again. Let me see here. Zora the Fox says, do you think Sonic aged up in this game? Probably not. Sega does not seem to like the kind of company to have their character age over time, like Ratchet and Clank, for example. I would say he's probably pretty similar to how he's been. Very static.
I don't even think they've made his age like knowledge in a while for.
Yeah, they haven't talked about his age since like Hero's Manual. That's the last time I think they've like confirmed ages was the Hero's Manual.
Yeah. Yellow
They don't
Flame
matter anymore.
says, I have to go now, starting up school again. Gotta love it. I enjoyed the stream so much. I hope the rest goes well. Love you, Sam. Love you all. Thank you so much, Yellow Flame, for all the donations. I appreciate you. Let's get a heart spam in the chat for Yellow Flame, man. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, man, good luck in school. I know it's back to school season. It must suck. But no, stay safe. Take care, man. Thank you so much, man. Take it easy. Sir the Fox says, why? What? Dude, I don't I don't care. Thank you for the donation. No. All right. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm not seeing anything else. I'll look up Sonic Frontiers on Twitter, but I think we're good. I'm actually surprised, considering how many people are probably playing the demo. Let me go to video format.
I'm sure we'll get more tomorrow.
Yeah, and if we get even more, I'll probably do another stream. To
compared to Sonic Forces, I feel actually excited to play this game because it feels like something fresh for the franchise.
Yeah, and I imagine it's a pretty good stepping stone for what's to come in the future. If so, everything I'm looking at is everything we did look at already. Everything. Oh, hold on. Out of the way.
Walk onto the squares in order to clear them. Once the board has been cleared, a new part of the world will be revealed to you.
Is this fan made? Oh, that's that's not real. That's someone doing the. Yo, I'm sorry, Triple Q. You're sounding great. I thought it was legit for a second. I thought it was legit. It's not.
You got fooled.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
I was too. It's okay.
Yeah. I want to see if there's a. No. All right. Well, I think that's it. That's all I could really find right now. Not seeing anything else here. I will say this is a cool addition to detail. Somebody needs to bring it up. I do like how when he's skidding on the sand, you do see those marks in the sand.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do like that. Very cool. This is all footage from yesterday.
I know this is a low bar, but Sonic is doing better than Pokemon right now, and I think that's good.
Yeah. Alrighty, I think that's pretty much it, chat. I'm looking through everything. I'm not seeing any new footage that we haven't already seen. Seeing the same stuff. I think we covered everything we could right now. So, with that said, Azure the Fox, where's the new Sam? It's bread. Stop. Sorry, I appreciate the donations, but yeah, let's keep it. I don't want to. I'm not the kind of person to tease other people or mock them. I know you probably mean well, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. Prem's my guy. I like Prem. But yeah, no. No. It's whatever. Thank you for the donation. But yeah, no. I think that's it. Wait, this is new. Wait, this is when he saves Amy. So he gives the heart stuff. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, he's becoming more corrupted as he saves his friends. Look.
Oh, that's cool.
Look.
Yeah.
Okay.
His arm goes corrupted, yeah.
He's absorbing the corruption.
Let me go back. Sonic, are you all right?
She looks so expressive.
You're the one who's only half there. Oh, huh. Okay. Yeah, she's not fully saved. I'm fine, but that energy that was holding me prisoner went into you.
Sonic's
I've been infused with weird zappy stuff before. Besides, I feel like it gave me some kind of boost. Oh, that's why he's able to stay alive. Cool. Okay. Well, in that case, we need to get moving. If I was trapped, I'm sure Tails was too. Okay.
Tails, yay!
Even Tails isn't
Good call. Awesome. I'll scout around and find you later. Deal? Deal? Be careful. Careful. Where's the fun in that? Okay.
It's like you ran a lap.
All right.
That's
cool.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That was a nice cutscene. I do like that.
The cutscenes seem very fun.
Yeah, I actually, that seems more, you know, I will say that too. Live tweeting again. We'll say.
It feels like IDW, which is obviously like Ian Flynn, but that feels very IDW. That interaction.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It just seems more, I don't know, like, the conversation seems very fluent. Like, it's not snap. I don't really know how to explain it. It just seems like, yeah, like Sonic and Amy are interacting like they normally would in the comics. So, yeah. It doesn't feel like Forces where, like, I don't know, the chemistry between every character seems super off.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. I like it. Looks good. Anything else? Oh shit!
Oh my god!
You guys are why are you guys just now sending me cool stuff? All right. We could actually. Could we actually read what Eggman says now?
Yes.
Are we gonna see Eggman get chased with the GUN truck?
Look how short he is.
He's not really short compared to how big Sonic is in this stage, though. I appear to be in a digital dimension. I've employed similar constructs in my own systems, but this is remarkably more advanced. What? That's a button? Note to self. Don't admit to that. That to anyone. Okay. The amount of data stored here defies
Qualification.
quantification.
Quantification.
But it won't stop me from trying. Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
That animation was so fluent.
I do like the way the characters are. This is what I like. This, and I could tell Ian Flynn was definitely involved. The dialogue is not static like it used to be in Forces, for example. Each character's dialogue is it matches their characters and how we've grown to know them. Eggman is talking like Eggman. He's being snarky. He's also, again, note to self, don't admit that to anyone. He's using tech on him, and I like this camera angle here and the movements of it. Like you could tell he's still the evil guy we know and love. I like it. I like it.
And his mustache looks good. I'm eating, by the way.
I'm so glad his mustache grew back.
I'm just gonna retweet this.
I'm just
awesome. I do like it. Any more stuff? Any more stuff like that? Any more?
Just look at this. Look at that man's channel. Everything he's posting is HD'd in full. Dreed.
Yeah, click on the Dreed account.
Only in cyberspace with.
Sam, go back to the YouTube video you were just watching.
What about
right there? Dreed him. Just click that.
Yeah.
Click that Twitter. And start scrolling. See?
Okay. Yeah, so we saw this one.
God.
We saw this demo already. Yeah, we've seen this. Nothing new there.
What stage is that?
That's the city level. We've seen that one. We've seen this one. We've seen this one. We've seen this one. We've seen this one.
There you go. You've seen it all.
Okay, yeah, no, nothing new then. We've seen it.
Thanks, Dreed.
Alrighty. Regarding the drift, that's still up for debate. Now someone is telling me that's only for air tricks, only if cyberspace stages with drift dash panels. I don't know if that's just for air tricks though. You gotta understand is like if they're mentioning drift dash panels, my assumption is you can only drift when you touch a drift dash panel. If not, then why is it called a drift dash panel? I don't know. Point is, the drift is relegated to the analog stick, meaning you probably can't drift whenever you want. It's relegated to specific sections. Whatever. Point is, we'll have to know when we get more information or when the game comes out. Alrighty. I think that's it. We did it.
Hey, wait, Sam. There's 20 more videos for you to watch. That's
We
a joke,
did
by the way.
We did it.
Wait, what?
Oh, look at that.
Click that image.
This game support
That's so cool. It's the spinning symbol. Yeah, there you go.
Adventure
Okay.
Hedgehog,
Okay, but
you
this
know,
does not
swirl.
mean the Chow world. That thing is everywhere in the game.
Well, yeah.
Right?
But I think that's just one that they picked.
Yeah. Yeah. But that is cool though that is returning. I just hope people don't take it the wrong way and think that Chow world is there. That doesn't
No. It's just
Just wanna
cool
make
seeing
sure.
that's like it's the spike
Right.
symbol.
Yeah, no, I do like that.
I want a cocoa garden where I can bump
Alrighty.
them around.
Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all so much for joining me.
Thank
Kenny,
you.
Shani, Victor, I'm gonna deafen. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll be right back.
Of course.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Thanks, you're welcome.
Alrighty. And yeah, that's it. That's my discussion. Let me give one quick final thought with myself real quick with you guys before I call it off or call it a night. In conclusion, I'm still extremely hyped for Frontiers. I think the more gameplay I see of Frontiers in the open world, the more hyped I get. I hope you guys don't dwell on the cyberspace too much. Just like I mentioned, and just like Fidel mentioned himself, the cyberspace, as I mentioned, is more like special stages. They're not the bread and butter of the game. The bread and butter of the game is more so the open world. So no matter what, the cyberspace levels will not, and hopefully will not directly influence. It does not directly influence my hype for the game, but I'm hoping it doesn't directly influence what I think of the game. At the end of the day, it does come down to gameplay. At the very least, I am happy they're taking good level design elements, but I do think they could do unique stuff instead. But that's neither here or there. At the end of the day, I'm still hyped for Frontiers. I'm not going to dwell on the cyberspace stuff too much. I know that took up a lot of our time there. Naturally, that stuff does. Dr. Awesome, real quick, donated a $15 donation last second. Yo, Sam, just wanted to stop by and say hello before the stream ends. Hope everyone in the stream is having a great day. Can't wait for the 48-hour balance stream on November 8th. Dr. Awesome, you're hilarious. Thank you so much for the donation. That's not happening. But I do appreciate the donation, man. Zara the Fox says, Chow Garden might be a future update or DLC. I mean, a future update or DLC could literally be anything. It could be, but so could anything else be in that DLC. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with that DLC. I hope it's some good stuff. But yeah, I'm still really excited for Frontiers. I hope you guys are too. Genuinely, I think this is a big improvement from what we've had. I think it's a great stepping stone for the future of Sonic. And again, I can't wait to see where they go from here. I can't wait to see more footage. And if more footage comes out, more information, make sure you stay close to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I upload. Follow me on Twitter. We just surpassed 20,000 followers. Thank you for that. That number was not easy to get, but the reason we have such a big number is because we have the best community. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in and supporting me and allowing me to do this every single day. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. With that said, I'm going to call it there. It was fun. And I'll see you guys soon. Alrighty? Bye, guys. Thank you for the donation, Zero the Fox. And Erwin, I appreciate you guys. Regarding the X shuttle, I already covered it, and you're saying why is Sonic's voice deeper? I think that's just a different in direction. No, it doesn't